Good evening, football fans. This is Mike Pettaway coming to you live from Robert B. Glenn High School on the soon-to-be-named Marty Stanley Stadium. And this is tonight's opening game for the 2014 season. And our broadcasting team tonight is going to be a little different. We've had some other obligations that we had to take care of. So I'm going to have play-by-play man is none other than Kyle Spencer, the wrestling coach here at Glenn High School. Welcome to the broadcast, Mr. Spencer.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having me, Mike.
And our producer slash commentator slash whatever is Kirby Purvis. And Kirby, I want to say I appreciate you coming on here and helping us out.
You're very welcome, Mike. Glad to be here. Glad to be here, sir.
We are getting ready for our first game, but we did have a JV game last night. I don't know if you guys were able to attend any of that, but the JV team came out and actually won their opening game 24-6. And kind of had their way with the Parkland Mustangs over at Eaton Thompson Stadium. But tonight it's a whole different ball game, as they say. We got the varsity squads here that both of them one obviously win the opening game of the year, and this is a special night with the naming of the stadium after longtime athletic director Mr. Marty Stanley. And if anybody's ever been around Glenn athletics, you know Marty Stanley is a legend here at Glenn High School. He was inducted into the Forsyth County Sports Hall of Fame 2 years ago. And then tonight they're going to name the football stadium Marty Stanley Stadium. And then they're going to name the complex the Jackson Marty Stanley Sports Complex. So it's a great honor for Marty. He's a great guy. As you know, Kyle, you worked for him for that short time before he retired, and he's very active as an athletic director.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, he's probably one of the most hardworking athletic directors I've ever been around. I mean, you don't ever really see him leave anytime soon, or always here early, mowing the fields, doing all kinds of stuff to improve the athletic facilities here at Glenn High School, and still is.
This field he always called it his baby because he really took care of this football field. And you look at it now, he's still a vital part of it. He's a part-time AD and comes out and volunteers some of his time. And you won't find straighter lines on a football field anywhere in the country because Marty was very particular. He strings everything across, and he makes sure it's absolutely straight. So if you come to a ball game here, everybody's going to comment on how nice the facilities are, and it's certainly a great honor to have the stadium named after Marty. But getting back to football, earlier this week we had a chance to sit down with Aldine Payne and do an interview with Aldine about this opening day game. And we're going to go ahead and play that now. And also, as part of our broadcasting this year, we do a spotlight on a player each week, and we're going to have an interview with Reggie Caldwell after we get the Aldine Payne interview finished. We'll bring up that interview with Reggie. But we're going to go ahead and take a break here live, and we're going to play the Aldine Payne interview that was taking place yesterday afternoon here on the campus of Robert B. Glenn. So stay tuned for the pregame interview.
Coach Payne, we're here just a few hours away from the first game of the 2014 football season, and we start new. What happened last year and the year before, that's all water under the bridge. But what's your up till now? You've had some scrimmages, which I think I saw some good things in the scrimmages. I also saw some things that, as any program at the beginning of the year, a lot of rusty spots along the way. How has the team responded up till now, and are they getting ready for this big Friday night home opener with Parkland?
Yes, we've worked hard. A lot of our kids have worked hard from last December to now. The thing that I see is a lot of kids that thought they was working hard is showing that they're not there, and they're very frustrated because they realize now all the stuff that coaches were telling them in the off season is not. They just realized we was telling the truth. But I just think that I thought we were ready going into the day. I like this team. They're fun to be around. They're good guys, and they'll stay in the locker room and talk and do a lot of things together. They play cards, and we went on an FCA camp with them, and and I think we're a close group. The thing that bothers me is in the scrimmages we really didn't face adversity, and I don't know how we're going to handle adversity, and that's what we worked on today, and we didn't handle it well at all.
Now, this year you've got what I consider a real good core running backs, and they're young, but they're also pretty speedy. So is that going to be a plus this year? You're going to kind of count heavily on that offense? I know these running backs you got from their JV experience are unbelievable.
Well, I think, number one, this is the first year since I've been here the offense is going to have to carry the defense. And this may be the first year since I've been coaching that the offense has got to carry the defense. But we lost a lot defensively in some key places. Offensively, we got Kier, Dashawn Razak, a freshman, and DJ Miller back. And Kier was there at the end, played a little bit for us at the end in varsity. The best way to say we're fast. We're not very big, but we're quick. And I think they're the three. Now, by that, because we're not very big, they can make an offensive line look good. Because speed, we can get by people before. All we got to do is get in their way and tie them up and let them get by. Because we're not big. And we're fast. And so the big thing is what we're going to do to counteract it. I don't think we're a run inside type team. Now, Kier and DJ, they're tough. And the thing about DJ is, and there's three different runners. Razak will plant his foot and go, give you a move at full speed. Kier's more of that head-on runner, breakaway speed, and DJ's a slasher. And so that helps us since we're not big. And hopefully we can, use our speed and beat teams that way, because if I hadn't told you earlier, we're not very big.
Now, with these three running backs they're relatively small too, and have real big frames. Are you concerned at all about the wear and tear? You'll play 2 or 3 games, and are you expecting these kids to be okay and be able to keep going? And because like you said, they're going to get hit by some bigger players when they do get hit.
Well, we're hoping we get by the big players, and we're getting players our own size. But we're get as far as you can, get out of bounds. But we got Damian Dotson who can help us. If worse comes to worse, we can 8 quarter some JV players we think good, and we practice together. So we're one of the few teams that practices together with our JV and coach the JVs on Thursday night. And so when we bring a player up, it really don't bother people because we practice with them every day. So I think that helps us as far as practicing. But I don't think you can. They're 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids. It's like you said before the interview, they probably didn't go to bed at 2 o'clock and we had the worst practice at 8 o'clock we've had all year. Now, part of that was my fault because I wanted it to be the worst practice. I wanted them to face adversity. I wanted our running backs to get upset. And it's a learning process, and we didn't learn it very well. But, if you go back and look at last year, we were in several ball games late. And you call it coaching came through on the other side. Coaching didn't come through us. A bad break, a bad call. Something would happen, and but most of the time it was little things. And so all spring long we talked about little things. And this week our quote was, "Don't be afraid to be great at everything you do," because I think people have a fear of being. I think our kids have got to fear of working hard because they're afraid they'll fail. And as I told them at practice today, y'all don't need to worry about the scoreboard. Y'all playing. I'm the one that's got to worry about the scoreboard. My job's not y'all. Y'all, you know what? If y'all don't win a football game, you're still going to get your diploma if you pass. If you don't win a football game, I won't be here next year, but you'll get your diploma. And I said, so that's what you work for. Here, you playing.
Now, have you settled on a quarterback, I suppose, and Greg Keller is going to?
No, Greg was hurt, and Jordan played good, and Greg finally got released Monday or Tuesday, so we had to name a starter. So Jordan started.
Jordan Gerald's going to be your starter.
He was going to start, and Coach was straight up and told Greg that if he hates you got hurt, but Jordan playing pretty good. I just don't want like it was last year. Jordan make a bad play, here comes Greg. Greg makes a bad play, here comes Matt. Let's Jordan's our quarterback. Let's go with him. And now that hurts a little bit defensively because he's a good corner.
Yeah,
And so, but I agree with him, and I just hope Jordan's gonna make me mad doing something, but he's also gonna make great plays, and and I think that's you got to live with the good with the bad, and he is our Johnny Manziel. I mean, that's who he is. He may throw an interception, but come back and throw 3 touchdowns, or run for one.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Jordan.
So Jordan will be your starter, and Keller will be on the sideline ready to go if whatever happens.
Yes, I think he was released Tuesday, so yes, he will be.
Now your defense, obviously we talked about it earlier, how your defense has been depleted from graduation last year. A lot of good skill players that just aren't there. Do you see some kids stepping up and wanting to be, like they were last year with some of the good players like Giannis Bowden, for example, who was irreplaceable almost?
Well, I never coach another Giannis Bowden now. I mean, that guy's special. But, Robert Bidding and them guys, that's the thing that's happened is that, we've always been good defensively. Always been there ready to go. And we'll get there. It's just that they've had a good week of practice. They really have. It's just that, in case I've told you, we're not very big. And because of that double team, sometimes they get in our way. We got to beat teams with technique. And that's where we're struggling, is our defensive line's technique. And it's to the point where we will probably sub a lot tomorrow night, because if they don't do their technique, they're coming out. Because we've taught it, and we've taught it. And they got to do it. If they don't, then our linebackers, who are young, he's going to get drilled. He's going to get hurt. And so we've got it. That's the first thing. And tackling. And I am so tired in the 2 scrimmages of seeing us come running up there, a guy have him wrapped up, and another guy comes up there and throws his shoulder into him, don't form tackling, and the guy bounces out tackle and goes for 10 more yards or a touchdown. Today, I had to outlaw if anybody ran into him with a shoulder without wrapping up, then you know what? They had to run a lap. And then they couldn't come out. But, it's just, that's inexperience. And the other thing is weakness. I mean, it's not in the weight room. And I think you can see it coming out in that situation. And plus, defensively, we're going to be okay. Coach Carter, Coach House, and Coach Anders, they're going to get them right. They've really worked hard and had I think they got a very good game plan. But if you think we're going to sit still and not bring pressure and not slant and angle and grunt and spit and slant and run all over the place, line up, then you're crazy. Because, I know I haven't mentioned it yet, but we're not very big. And so we can't line up and play base. So we're going to be, and I think that's fun football. And that's the thing I want our kids to understand. Have fun. Play. Don't worry about who scores. Don't worry about it. Just have fun.
Well, we talk about your little running backs. I've been a real Kier Meredith fan since the first time I saw him walk onto campus here. He's the younger brother of Keon Young, who I also was a great fan of. But Kier, to me, he brings a sense of confidence and swagger with him when he walks on the field. He's not cocky. He's not, big-headed. But he's got this, I know I can do it, and y'all can do it with me. Does he add something to the team, you think?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Keon and I are very close. Now, Kier and I are kind of close. I told his dad one time, and his mom, I hadn't met his mom a couple times, but I told his dad, I don't know what you did to raise 2 fine young men, but he done a heck of a job. But Kier, first, you're not bragging for telling the truth of what Dizzy Dean said. Kier knows he's good, and Kier is an unbelievable baseball player. But Kier works to be that good. And I think that's what players don't understand. During baseball season, he was in there lifting in the mornings of baseball games, and he'd go out and go 2 for 4, 3 for 4, 2 stolen bases. He would, but he lifted because it was the right thing to do.
He doesn't say a lot of words. He lets his actions speak for himself, and that, to me, that's an attribute that a lot of athletes ought to try.
All three of them were quiet.
Yeah.
I mean, all three of the running backs, DJ and Razak, they don't talk. And I guess when you're that fast, you don't have time to talk. But they work now. They run scout team. I mean, Kier and Razak run scout team. They don't walk off the field like they're too good to run scout team, and and they're on extra point. They won't be on special teams. I mean, they're no better than anybody else, and I think that's what people like. High school football. There's no greater feeling than Friday night, and I just want to play.
Well, we're looking forward to another year of Bobcat football. We want to wish you success. I want you to, first of all, enjoy the season. Take care of your health and enjoy the season. Let these kids have fun, and try to remember what's out of your control and what is within your control.
Well, and I tell you the thing I will say, this coaching staff is really, we've had a good time. We've picked, cut up, and we'll all stay in here and talk. We don't get in our cars and leave right after practice, which Coach Rosenbaum has to. His wife, he's going to miss tomorrow and Friday because he's having a little girl.
But he did email me or text me, and he's going to be listening in on Triad Sports Coverage.
Yes, he will. And I told somebody he'll probably go, yeah. And she goes, the baby here? And they'll go, no, we just scored a touchdown and get in trouble. So, I think people's going to be shocked about our offense if they haven't seen us. I think that we're going to be a fun team to watch. We're not big and slow now. And I mean, we don't.
You're not big?
Not big at all. We're quick. But I think people's going to be shocked at how we play. Mm-hmm. And that's what we want to be, a swarm of bees. We want to get after people. And get after people and get after them and sting them and sting them and sting them and sting them. And hopefully we do. But the coaching staff I really enjoy. We have fun. And Sunday we were meeting, and Coach Carter just stopped the tape, and he just went, guys, it's so much fun. He said, we're sitting here talking about people, putting people in position, what we can do out of our defense. And he says, I really appreciate that y'all are talking about this kid can do this. This kid will be good here. This kid's better than this kid. We don't need him out there when you call this. And he says, this is real enjoyment. And he says, I think we're good. Let's go on. Very pleased with Coach Stevenson. I think he's stepping up as a future head coach. And he is a coach. Actually, I call him a co-head coach because I think that's what he deserves to be after last year. Mm-hmm. And he's really having fun. And like I said, it's been fun.
Now, before we go, I just want to get your comments about the special ceremony Friday night at the football game. We're going to name the stadium here at Glenn High School after Coach Stanley. And you worked for Coach Stanley for a few years since you've been here at Glenn. What's your thoughts about what the man I consider the face of Glenn High School, the face of Glenn athletics?
Well, probably the best thing I could say is he'll ask you to clean a toilet, but he's cleaned 2 before he cleans the one beside you. He's not going to ask you to do something that he's done. And he lets you coach. I mean, that's his biggest thing, coach. But he wants things done right. And I think the biggest thing is you're either right or wrong. There's no in between, and I like that. And I think there's nothing greater than that. And I think the thing that I knew they was going to name the stadium after him, but I didn't know they was going to name the athletic complex. And I think that's probably the greatest thing that you could do. I mean, he's did everything. He started the fast pitch softball tournament. He got the fast pitch, built the field. He done that field. I've seen him on the football field with scissors by himself picking crabgrass out and cutting it and all. You know, and you need any help? No, go coach. That's his comment. And he's the greatest athletic director I worked for. And that's saying a lot because Dave Mizell's my best friend, was AD at High Point Andrews, but he's the best I ever worked for. And I think if you look in the dictionary for athletic director, his picture's standing there.
That's very well said, and I'm sure Marty considers it a great honor. And
I'll say this, my biggest fear is as a head football coach that I've let him down. Because he believed in me. And so that's one of my biggest fears.
we'll leave it at that, and we'll be there Friday night for the ceremony. We'll be there for the football game. Wish you good luck not on Friday, but the whole season, and we'll probably see you Monday night at downtown.
We got that. That's Glenn Bobcat night.
Hi, this is Miranda McKinney, Athletic Director at Winston-Salem Christian School, and you're listening to TriadSportsCoverage.com.
All right, folks, that was, again, the interview we had with Coach Aldine Payne, head football coach here at Glenn High School. We're going to have another interview now. Our Athlete of the Week interview comes from Reggie Caldwell, defensive lineman for the Glenn Bobcats. So we're going to go right into that interview we had.
Okay, Reggie Caldwell, what position do you play for?
Defensive end.
How many years have you played varsity?
3 years.
3 years. Now, you're getting ready for the season opener with Parkland coming in here to Glenn for a Friday night game. What's your expectations? What's your thought about what's going to happen here on Friday night?
Well, Coach been saying that he always had a plan for us, and I think the theme for this year is don't be afraid to be great, and that's my motto right now, and that's what's going through my head, and I plan to give it my all every play, and don't let up none play at all, and just work hard.
Now, this year the defense has lost a lot of good players through graduation last year. We're talking to Coach Payne. Offense is going to be pretty powerful, we hope. Do you think the defense is going to be able to step in there and kind of carry their share of the load in these ball games?
I think we are. Our defense is pretty good. I think we got a pretty good defense this year. We're all working hard. We've been working hard since the off season. I always talk to the fellas, make sure we was all in the weight room, and I just feel like we work too hard not to be great. And,
Now, after all the summer workouts and then the preseason scrimmages, and now you're going to finally get to play some real football on Friday night.
Yes, sir.
Are you really chomping at the bit to go out there and
I'm
really
ready.
lay into somebody?
I'm ready. I've been thinking about it all day. I think about it every day. That's all that goes through my mind. I'm just ready to get after it.
So Parkland will be coming in for the first game, and then at halftime we're going to dedicate the stadium to Coach Marty Stanley, which is going to be a big deal.
Yes, sir.
But do you feel like that this is a year that Glenn can maybe get off on the right foot and turn some things around, and like you said, go out there and show you can be great?
Yeah, and that's our problem. We always lately we always had doubt, and I think right now we know that we can be great, and we're gonna fight. We're gonna fight for it. That's all it's about.
Well, we look forward to watching you on Friday night. I want to wish you good luck not only this week but the whole season, and let's see if you can go out there and pick up some wins for the Bobcats.
Yes,
Thank you for stopping by, Reggie.
Thank you.
That was Reggie Caldwell, the senior defensive end for the Glenn Bobcats.
Hey, this is Leonard Burton, varsity basketball player from Winston-Salem Christian School. You're listening to TriadSportsCoverage.com.
All right, folks, we're back. That, again, was our Athlete of the Week, Reggie Caldwell, defensive end for the Glenn Bobcats varsity football team. And we're just all excited, ready to go to watch some Bobcat football for the game opener here, the 2014 season. Seems like the Bobcats have gone ahead and taken it back off the field. They've got their warm-ups in. Their offenses look crisp and clean. And I think we're going down to Mike right now.
Thanks, Kyle. We just went out and talked to the referee, and before the game, we're going to go out and actually be part of the coin toss with our microphone, so the fans that are listening in can hear the instructions that the referees give to these players before the game, and we'll be able to tell you firsthand who won the toss and who's going to be kicking off or receiving. So stay tuned for that. We'll throw it back up to the two best broadcasters in high school sports, Kirby Purvis and Kyle Spencer. Take it away.
Oh, Mike, you're too kind, Mike. You're way too kind.
Hopefully he'll be saying that in another couple hours from now. Not wishing he'd made a move with somebody else and everything.
So look, like you were saying earlier, Kyle, watching the guys warm up, it looks like it's going to be a very hard-fought game today.
Yeah, I think so. It's going to be interesting. You see Parkland on our football schedule, and obviously Parkland has not been more one of a very successful programs in the last few years. And I just happened to recognize the head coach when I was down on the field earlier. I can't quite recall his name right now, but I do know that he told me that this is his second year as the head coach at Parkland. So it'll be interesting to see. Maybe he got that 1 year under his belt, see what kind of team he's put together since then, and see how much of a game we're going to have tonight. Hopefully, obviously the Bobcats are going to come out on top. So, I'm really interested in seeing, like you heard on the interview and everything, about these running backs and how fast and quick we are on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively.
And looking at the size of these guys, we were talking about earlier, back when I was in high school, it's like, man, these guys are a lot bigger than when we play.
most definitely. They nowadays they do such a great job of weightlifting and strength and conditioning. From a early age, they get them as soon as probably in middle school, freshman year of high school. That way, they can start getting into the weight room, getting stronger, getting faster, and everything. It's just leaps and bounds in terms of the knowledge they have nowadays about what it's going to take to get a step above the other competition.
And you are also seeing some of these guys that are on the football team also wrestle and to do other things in the other sports. That takes a lot of hard work and dedication as well.
Most definitely. We have a few of our varsity wrestlers that are on the football team, 2 defensive linemen, a few other kids in the JV. Darius Patterson and C.J. Davis are the 2 that started for me last year and started last year as well on the varsity football team, and they're both 2 great defensive linemen that we have for the Bobcats. Unfortunately, CJ's not able to play tonight, but he should be back in the lineup next week. So,
he's not injured or anything major. It's
nothing major. It's just one of those things where from what the coaches had told me, and I talked to CJ, he's just got about 1 more week before he can come back, and then he'll be good to go.
Good deal. We're looking forward to seeing him back in a couple of weeks, and hopefully we'll be back doing another show then.
Exactly. I hope so, too. Hope we're not a flash in the pan and one-hit wonder for one night and Mike finds us some replacements or anything.
That's right. So, and also I was noticing a lot of the when they were out warming up, your place kicker is they have their routines that they're doing before they're actually kicking the ball. They're doing their routines and going through the motions is so well planned and methodically done that it's like mechanical.
Exactly.
There we go. That's the word. Exactly. Like for the mechanical aspect of the way they're going at it. So I'm just hoping that both teams will do the same. And of course, we know which team we want to come out on top. But the mechanics of it tonight should be pretty good view from up here. Most
definitely. When you're coaching football, and I did coach 1 or 2 years, so I'm not no guru by any means, but you have the scrimmages in August and everything. You kind of can see things here and there you need to work on. But that biggest thing is that first game where you really, whatever you're not clicking at or whatever needs to be fixed is really going to probably, unfortunately, show up. But at the same time, from the week 1 to week 2 is where you're going to see probably the majority of your improvement throughout the years, once they have that first live Friday night light game and everything.
And the Friday Night Light, it is just, I know there's probably some freshmen on this team that this is their first Friday night game, and under the big lights on Friday night, maybe moved up from JV. From a coach's aspect of it, is there a lot of butterflies going on for these guys?
Oh, there's butterflies whether you're a freshman, whether you're sophomore, junior, or senior. But, yeah, most definitely, you grow up, I know I did, and I know majority of any kid living up in the South, you grow up going to Friday night football games, and that's something you look forward to as you get older, is to be able to get on that field on Friday nights and perform And to be a freshman to walk out on the varsity field, I'm sure there's a lot of butterflies, but once that first hit happens, or
it's game on.
It's game on. You're good from there.
Sounds great. We're going to do a little quick commercial here, and we'll be right back with you guys.
Today, community means more than the place you live. It's groups of people connected by shared interests and similar experiences. Your yoga class, your work colleagues, your book club. With all the communities in your life, shouldn't there be one for your financial life? We're First Community, financial experts here to work with you on your personal, business, investments, and insurance needs. That's the power of community.
All right, we're back. Still anticipating, waiting eagerly for the first kickoff of the 2014 Bobcat football season. Right now, we have our band and dance team and cheerleaders on the field. The ROTC is walking out to the field goal post, ready to play our national anthem and get the ball rolling here. We got 7:16 on the clock. Kickoff's at 7:30, so we're counting it down here in the newly named Marty Stanley Stadium and Sports Complex here at Glenn High School campus.
Now, looking at it, we're seeing a lot of fans starting to pour in down at the bottom here. Let me get. Oh yeah, this side is crowded over here.
Yeah, that's a good sign. Especially, we're not even in school yet, so kids could possibly still be on vacations or anything like that. But it looks like we have a very good-sized student body section over here to our left, as well as plenty of parents and community members as well coming out to support the Bobcats.
We also have a very important person with me here on the sideline for I want to get a word with the athletic director, Joe McCormick. And Joe, of course, tonight is opening night of the football season, but tonight's a little bit special with the naming of the stadium after the face of Glenn Bobcats, and that's Marty Stanley Stadium. So you expect, some of these things are emotional, but Marty is the face of what goes on around here and always has been.
You got that right. It's just, I don't know if we wanted to give him the highest form of gratitude, show him the highest form of gratitude that we, that we appreciate everything that he's done at Glenn High School over his 34 years. And I think we shot for the moon, and I think we got it, because I don't know if there's anything else that I don't know if there's any too much bigger that we can do. So that's just what we were going for, and hopefully, around halftime tonight we'll be good to go.
Well, we're looking forward to it, and I know I've been at Glenn for this is my fourth year, and Marty was, I guess he was one of the first people I met, because you have to go through Marty to to do things back then.
Yep. Yeah, and he just, we're lucky to have him back this year. Last year, I'm sure it was killing him not to be here, but it was killing us too, because we still had to call him and ask questions all the time. But we just, he does everything the right way.
Before you go, we got to give a plug in for Monday night. What's Monday night?
Monday night is Glenn night at Bibbs Downtown, and contacted all our teams, and I think you've heard back from a few of them, and they're going to be there, and we're hoping to be there in full force. So,
thank you very much, Mr. McCormick.
And we appreciate everything that TriadSportsCoverage.com does for Glenn High School.
Well, we love it, and good luck this year in football season. We'll see you later. We'll throw it back up to the dynamic duo in the box up above the stadium.
All right, we appreciate it, Mike. The funny thing I got from that interview was Joe said how we had to call Marty. I don't think it was we. I think it was more Joe, but we'll just leave that between us, I don't think we need to let Joe know I said that, but no, it definitely is a great, great thing that we're here at Glenn High School and we're honoring Marty the way we are. He definitely is one of those that deserve it. I mean, one of the most hardworking, like I said earlier, individuals I've ever been around in terms of just making sure coaches can coach and fields are taken care of and so on.
Well, I haven't had the pleasure to meet him yet, but everything I've heard of him is he's probably one of the utmost respected coaches in the area.
Yes.
So now, as the band continues to play, the dancers continue to dance, and the cheerleaders stand on the sideline. I see the mascots out. Every team should have a great mascot.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I must say this one is I love the color.
Yep.
I love the color.
Exactly. Orange and white. He's got his lei on. I guess the student section tonight is going for a tropical or luau type of theme. We've got student section with lays on and hula skirts and very gaudy-looking Hawaiian shirts for the boys. So
You think they're trying to throw a hint to these guys to hurry up and get into college and let's go to the Hula Bowl?
Maybe so. I'll be all for it.
Hey, we will broadcast live from there any day, right?
Yeah, most definitely. I've had the treat of going to Hawaii once. I would definitely love to go back. Definitely a beautiful place.
So what's the starting lineup tonight you got there, Kyle? Have you got it ready for us?
From what I can tell, for the most part, I've got the main offensive players in terms of skill positions. Jordan Gerald, number 6, senior, starting quarterback. I believe, from what it looked like in the warm-ups, we're going to have Kier Meredith, a sophomore running back, starting beside of him with DJ Miller and also Deshaun Razak, possibly in the slot positions. Your wide receivers, we've got Chris Pinkos is one that stuck out to me that I saw out there catching a few balls and everything, and a few others. We'll have to wait and see exactly who Coach Stevens has in store for us and running his offense. Defensive-wise, obviously Reggie Caldwell is a starting defensive end. You've got Donald Carter Jr., one of the starting linebackers. I believe Hakeem Crockett maybe in there at times. He's a freshman, though. I don't know if Hakeem will be making a start tonight. I think I read that a little wrong, my fault. Maybe Michael Baker as a starting defensive end and linebacker as well.
Tonight's color guard provided by Glenn
Got the color guard coming out right now. The announcer kind of threw me off.
Right guard is Cadet Sergeant Dylan.
That's okay. Now, so one of the unsung players that doesn't get a lot of attention is usually the center.
Yes.
And I was noticing that the center for this one was, or as they were warming up, looked like he was doing his long snaps extremely well.
Really?
So he looks like it's going to be a good night for him.
It should be. That's kind of, you're exactly right. That's kind of one of those positions that gets overlooked. Center is probably one of the most important positions because obviously if you can't get the ball back to the quarterback, we're not going to have any offensive plays, as well as those snaps can be so tricky at times, snapping it right to the quarterback's hands because that's going to get the quarterback's timing down to where he can get the ball to the running backs or off to the receivers as well.
Right.
From the standpoint of Parkland, starting quarterback is going to be Anthony Polk. I believe running back they had number 22, Kobe Young as well. And fullback was number 32, J.J. Hines. Wide receivers wise, we had number 8, Jawan Coleman, number 11, Greg Williams, Takees Sharp, also another wide receiver I saw. Defensively, starting linebackers, number 7, Isaiah Mitchell, number 5, Cam Wagner. Outside linebacker, number 3 for Parkland, Torrey Robinson. So it'd be interesting to see these guys and how they perform against our offense as well as our defense against Parkland's offense. Offensively, I think Parkland runs more of a I formation, maybe a little bit of spread, where I know with us at Glenn, we're more of a spread option read type of offense.
All right. Looks like the band's getting ready to clear the field.
Yep. I believe the cheerleaders are doing the usual lineup where they put the banner out for the teams to run through onto the field.
All right, we're going to kick it down to Mike back on the sidelines.
Kirby, you were making a comment about our center, Mr. Austin Wall, number 54, and how he impressed you on the long snaps. Austin is actually he's a senior, and he went to a camp down at UNC Charlotte this summer. And from what I can understand, he kind of turned some heads down there on his ability to snap the long snap. So, that's his expertise. He's put on some muscle this year in his senior year. His dad is a Greensboro police officer, Ralph Wall, and we were talking before the game how proud he is, obviously, of Austin. And as Kyle mentioned, the position that no one ever pays any attention to until you mishandle a snap some way, then it's the center's fault. But that was a very good observation up there. See, I told you guys you were the best 2 announcers in the business.
We'll pay you later, Mike.
Yeah, exactly. We've been trained well.
We're going to head out to the field when the referees get the captain's and try to get the coin toss on the air at the request of the Glen head coach, Aldine Payne. And for those of you that don't know already, Aldine Payne and I are pretty good friends, and if he tells me to do something, I generally do it because he's a well-respected, as you were talking about, Coach Stanley. Aldine Payne is also one of the most respected coaches of any sport in this area, and even in the state of North Carolina. He does everything the right way, and it makes you proud to know that it's not always just about winning. It's about building young men for the future, and this football program is certainly going to do that. And I don't know about you guys, but after watching them for the last couple of years, I know this year is going to be a lot different offense, and I'm really excited about how this is going to happen. We're going to go ahead and walk out there on the field with them. The captains are Diedrich Hawkins, D.C. Carter Jr., and Greg Keller, and number 75. I don't have it. Is that Reggie?
75 for Glen is Jeremiah Baldwin.
Okay, here we go. We're going to get this on the air.
Okay.
All right, gentlemen, there's nowhere we'd rather be than here tonight. We're looking forward to a good game between both teams, good teams, okay? You're the captains. That's leadership, that's sportsmanship. Any issues you have on the field, that's what we're here for. Come to us, okay? Celebrate all you want to on your side of the ball with your teammates. Only positive comments across the line at your opponents, okay? Sounds good. You're the visiting team. You're going to call it. That's a heads, that's a tails. I'm going to toss it, catch it, and open my hand. If I drop it, I'm going to have to pick it up and do it again. What's your call? Heads. Heads. It is a tail. You've won the toss, and you would like to defer.
Yes, sir.
Correct? All right, we got White. You're going to take the ball? Yes, sir, and you're going to kick with your back to the clock. Correct? So line up here. Gentlemen, line up here.
So there you go, Mr. Spencer, Mr. Purvis. The coin toss was won by the Bobcats, and they deferred their choice until the second half, and obviously the Mustangs chose to receive the opening kickoff. So we're almost set for the kickoff, and a lot of excitement. And like I said, this football team this year for the Bobcats, if it's anything that I've been told it's going to be some real exciting football. So I think we need to, like they say on NASCAR, pull them belts tight one more time and get ready, because it's about to break loose here in a few minutes. So you guys have at it. We'll be talking to you later.
All right, Mike, be safe on the sidelines.
All right, thank you, Mike. Yeah, that's right. It's going to be wide open. The crazy thing is we don't get to get wide open offensively yet. We did win the toss. That's a good thing. We deferred to the second half. So, obviously, the Mustangs were going to be receiving the ball first. We're going to be kicking from, obviously, the 40. If you're on the home side of Glen High School, that's going to be from right to left. So, we're going to be kicking off to Parkland here shortly. Got 2 minutes to go on the clock. Glen players have already run through the banner. They're on the sidelines, ready to go. Coach Payne's got his kickoff team lined up, giving them a few words of wisdom before they go out there. Here comes the Parkland Mustangs through their banner, so hopefully they'll get their guys lined up, and we might actually get this game started on time. They got 1 minute, so they need to get rolling.
And it looks like Parkwood's got a decent little crowd over there today.
They do actually.
I know, sometimes when you travel away from home, not many people can make it, but they've got a decent crowd tonight.
They do. That's good. That's more money for our athletic department. So
there you go.
There you go. More money we can use. Definitely can use that. So for Glen, we have number 84, Dylan Lewis, who's going to be kicking off. Trying to see who's back deep for the Parkland Mustangs. I believe it's going to be number 3, Tori Robinson. So guys are lining up, getting situated here.
Getting some of the media off the field here as we go.
Sure, exactly. We got Channel 12 down there. They're wanting to get everything they can before the kickoff. But Dylan's setting it up. He's got the ball ready to go. He's going to take his steps back and ready to go. Also, for the Parkland Mustangs, we have number 14 and number 7. Number 14's Disarmed Dilworth, and number 7, Isaiah Mitchell, back deep. So here we go, folks. 2014 Bobcat football kicking off right now.
And she's in the books, starting it off.
We got a catch by number 3. Torrey Robertson's taking the ball. He's dancing around. He's met by a host of Bobcat tacklers. Actually, the Bobcats came up with the ball, but I think they're going to call him down. He's down at about the 17-yard line.
Not much of a gain on that one.
No, I think he kind of didn't see much blocking, so he tried to make something happen, and it wasn't there. Parkland, again, is going to be going from the left to right if you're on the home Bobcat side. And offense is huddling up. Coach Stevens, I believe, is – No, I'm sorry, folks. We did get the ball.
Look at that.
We did get the ball. I wonder why Coach
call.
Stevens was talking, Coach Carr's defense coordinator, but Bobcats do have the ball, folks. We have got a turnover on the opening kickoff, and Jordan Gerald and the Bobcat offense is lining up.
On the 17-yard line.
17-yard line's going in. This is good stuff. Jordan takes the snap. It's an end around to number 15, Razak. He gets about maybe 3.5, 4 yards on the play, so it's going to be second down and about 7 for the Bobcats. Yeah, I totally never saw a signal from the officials.
I didn't see that fumble either, Kyle. I was over here talking to a photographer, and I looked up, and they were lining up the offense. So it's a good way to start a season.
Yeah, exactly. All right, I think we had an audible at the line. Jordan takes a quick slant. Number 81, folks, and we got a touchdown for the Bobcats. Jordan Gerald to number 81, Chris Pinkos.
Second play of the game, touchdown. Good way to start the season.
Nice play selection by Coach Stevens with a quick slant.
Did I mention we were going to be exciting this year? It's always, as you know, Kyle, in athletics, it's always to get the upper hand and score first or get that big defensive stand, and the Bobcats went down, took advantage of a turnover, which is what you got to do. If they're going to give it to you, you got to take advantage of it.
You most definitely do. Number 84, again, Dylan Lewis lines up for the extra point after the touchdown. Snap is great. Kick is up, and it's good, folks. So we got a 7-0 lead for the Glen Bobcats here at the new Marty Stanley Stadium with 11:08 to go in the first quarter.
And if you're going to start a season, that's the way you start a season.
That's exactly how you got to start it. And just especially, you get that turnover. Anytime you get a turnover, you can't be conservative. You gotta go right at them. Take advantage of it, put them down, and keep them down. As I always tell my guys, if you got a chance to put somebody behind early and put them in a hole, put them in that hole. Now let's try to keep them in that hole.
All right, we're lining back up out on the field. We got Parkland out. They got their guys way deep on this one.
Yeah, I think they're going to be a little more prepared for the kick from Lewis. We'll see how Dylan lines this one up. I believe he's going to go again from the left hash and line it up again in the same spot. You never know. Sometimes a coach may have a kicker line up from a different hash or, change it up a little bit so that way the team isn't ready for the same thing. But I believe we're going to go from the same hash. And the student body and the crowd's all into it. Everybody's excited. It's a great start, and Dylan's going to kick it away again. It's a little bit of a shorter kick. We got a little bit of trouble with the ball. Number 7 does get it for the Parkland Mustangs. Isaiah Mitchell gets a decent return out of it. He gets to about the
32, 33.
Yeah, looks like 33 and a half or so. So now we'll get to see Parkland's offense against the Bobcat defense. And again, like I said, looks like the starting quarterback for the Parkland Mustangs is going to be number 2, Anthony Polk. And I believe the Parkland offense is going to get their signals from the sidelines from the coaches and line it up and get it going. Defense for the Bobcats lined up pretty quick. Coach Carter's on it. Polk go ahead and calls the signals at the line. He's under center. They got an I formation. Hands off to number 22. Little gap play. 22 is going to take it to the left. He's got the first down maybe. Still dancing around. Met by a host of Bobcats. Couldn't quite tell you folks who first got in, but number 2, Anthony Polk. Is that number 2? No, I'm sorry. That's number. Who was that?
Who was that?
I thought it looked like he has a number 2 too, but that's the quarterback.
He made it out to the 47 on that one.
Yeah, he definitely picked up the first down for the Mustangs. I guess that was the tailback number 22, Kobe Young.
Parkland's going with a hurry-up offense on this one.
Formation again. Now we're going back off tackle gap to the right side. This time met a lot better by the Bobcat defense. I believe the crowd can clear out. Junior was in there. That Donald Carter.
Number 94?
94, I'm sorry. It was 94 for us.
They've also been given Darius Patterson credit for these last 2 tackles. Number 99, I believe he is.
Okay, Darius has. I better make sure I do that.
He's one of your wrestlers. You don't want to make him upset.
Yeah, I don't want to make him that. Poke under center again. Looks like a busted play. In around to the right. Ran out of bounds. Maybe
45, 46.
Yeah, 46 or so. So about a 6-yard pickup. He's chased out by number 5, Hawkins, Dedrick Hawkins, one of the probably premier top defensive players we have for the Bobcats. Dedrick's a great kid.
He was really fast to get on that play with him.
Yes, he was. And as you can tell, he's on the opposite side of the field.
Right.
And ran him down completely. We got off tackle again, met very, very quickly in the backfield by the Bobcats.
Loss of about 7 on that one, wouldn't you say?
Definitely say so. There we go, Reggie Caldwell on the tackle, probably about 4 or 5 yard loss, easily making it 4th down for the Parkland Mustangs. 4th and 9 from their own 48 and a half yard line. Looks like they're going to punt.
So that was Mr. Caldwell, our spotlight player, making a great tackle. You mentioned Dedrick Hawkins, Coach Spencer, and his older brother, Josh, is plays for the East Carolina Pirates, so you know how good that family is. And also we have a freshman from Glenn, Giannis Bowden, playing up at East Carolina this year.
Got a flag on the play. I believe it's going to be delay a game on the Parkland Mustangs.
Illegal substitution, I think it is.
I'm sorry. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, Hawkins and Giannis, I had the pleasure of having both those guys in my classes last year. I can't say enough about how great both those kids are, hard workers. I'm really excited to see how Giannis is going to do at the next level for the Pirates.
You're talking about a wingspan for a defensive end. Giannis had an unbelievable wingspan. He was a great athlete.
Oh, tremendously.
Almost got a block.
Mustangs almost got a block. It's going to take a great Bobcat bounce and be down, honestly, back at the original line of scrimmage, folks. So definitely got a great benefit there. Hopefully Coach Stevens and the offense will get something going again.
As we do our changeover here, we'll take a quick commercial break.
Is your business going to die alone? Never meet the customers of its dreams? Just sit on the couch crying into a carton of ice cream while other businesses are out there thriving? New Expression can help. Without the right marketing, you're a wallflower. Without a great website, you're not going to turn heads. And without social media, you don't even have a friend to tell people what a great personality you have. New Expression can give your business a total brand makeover and get you out there, attracting customers. It used to be about who had the biggest ad in the phone book. Today, customers hit the web to locate and research before they call. If Google isn't steering customers to your site or they're not impressed by what they see, you're missing out. New Expression does web design and can provide a free analysis to see how your site stacks up against the competition. Don't have time to constantly update social media? Want cool custom apps and graphics? New Expression can help there too. From print design to mobile marketing to online presence to brand identity, New Expression can help you express yourself. Find out more at nuexpression.com.
All right, we're back live here.
All right, folks. While we were away, the Bobcats ran off 2 quick offensive plays, both kind of off tackle end arounds to the right and left. We've got 3rd down going in on the Mustang 35, almost 35-yard line with about 2 yards to go for the first down. Quick snap. We got a whistle on the play, though. We got a flag.
Looked like number 5.
No, we got illegal equipment on the Pinkos.
Yeah, the referee was standing right beside Chris when he lined up, and he immediately threw a flag, and Chris came off to the sideline for an equipment adjustment, I guess. That's unfortunate because, as you've probably noticed, the Bobcats are going to try to run a hurry-up style offense this year, and everybody's going to be on the same page to make it work.
This is true. These guys are they're definitely running a quick game here, both sides, Parkwood and Glenn. They're both doing quick offenses here, so it could be a fast-paced game on both sides.
Gerald's taking the snap. He's bootlegging around to the right. Not much going on. Fell under pressure. Eventually tackled by number 5, Cam Wagner for the Parkland Mustangs. I think Jordan got that snap, and as soon as he got it, he kind of had a defensive lineman in his face, so he kind of had to make the most of it, which wasn't much. So, unfortunately, that penalty right there set us back, and then the play right now, so it's 4th down. The Bobcats are going to be punting on about the Mustang 42-yard line, so at least maybe we can put the Mustangs back pretty deep in their own territory. I can't quite catch the number of the punter. I think our punter 50.
Number 3 and number
54.
30 or 14.
Okay. 3 and 14 were back deep. Thank you, Mike, for the Parkland Mustangs. Number 3 being Torrey Robinson, who took the fair catch. He took the fair catch at about the 12-yard line for the Parkland Mustangs. So, again, the Parkland will be starting over with 1st down. If you're on the home side of the Bobcat field, that'll be from your left going to the right.
Now, I was noticing how fast the specials team for Glenn got down and covered him on that play.
They did. They did a great job of covering that. They were there almost before the ball was. That tells a lot about number 50, Dalton Color, as well, with a great kick. All right, number Anthony Polk, again, the quarterback for the Mustangs, gets the snap, hands off to 22, Kobe Young. He picks up maybe about 4 yards on the play, a little off tackle to the right as well. I believe Patterson might have been in that, as well as Donald Carter Jr. in on that tackle as well. Parkland again checking their wrist for the call. Up to the line, and again, the I formation, double to the right, tight end to the left, snap the ball. Pretty much ISO, up maybe the A gap, B gap or so. Again, met by a host of Bobcat tacklers. I believe he might have picked up another 2 yards, so that's going to make it 3rd and about 5 for the Parkland Mustangs. Again, the defense is doing a good job of getting quick to the ball, so it's kind of hard from us up here to really see exactly who's making the first contact, but we're going to keep working at that, folks. We are rookies. Got a blitz coming in with Carter coming up.
And
yes,
got him.
Nice
job.
Nice call by Coach Carter to put the pressure on the Parkland Mustangs in the 3rd down situation. Donald Carter Jr. coming through, putting the pressure, and I believe Mr. Darius Patterson cleaned it up and got the sack on the play, and Darius is jacked up.
You mentioned the name Donald Carter Jr. Of course, his dad, Donald Carter Sr., defensive coordinator. And I would almost wager that he's the most animated coach in the history of high school football. What do you think, Kyle?
I was just saying earlier how much of a hoot and how much fun I get out of watching Coach Carter, whether it's out here on Friday night or on the practice field when I'm outside and everything during the fall season, and hearing Coach Carter. I love it. I'd love to have Coach Carter in my room with me during practices, but some people tell me I yell too much as it is, so I don't know.
Uh-oh, I can't imagine that. You
I
seem
can't
like
imagine
a
that
laid-back
either.
guy up here.
You know, one of the good things happening tonight, guys, is that we're playing the whole first quarter on our half of the football field, and that's if you can continue that kind of a pace, then you're going to have a real good chance to be in this ball game.
Most definitely. I believe we have a timeout on the field. That leaves us to fill you in on some information. And we got 4:35 left in the first quarter. Still, again, Glen Bobcats are up 7-0, and we do have the ball, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bobcats on the Mustang 35 going in. So, and like Mike said, this is a good way to start. We haven't really had the ball in our own territory. We've been on Parkland's end of the field, so we want to keep this up as much as possible. Again, trying to keep them in that hole, keep them, from getting any chances to score or anything like that.
And the team looks like they're still fired up from that initial play where they recovered the fumble after the first kickoff.
Exactly. So, offense is Coach Stevens has talked to our offense. They're back out on the field. I believe Gerald's actually going to go under center this time. Most of the time he's been under a shotgun. Got more of a slot look. Got a motion left. We got a little end-around counter. Nice run. Nice run
play.
Off
Nice.
to the right. Nice little counter
First
run
down.
there. I believe that
Was he bobbling that ball up through the secondary? Looked like the ball was ahead of the runner in the air.
He may have been. That was DJ Miller with the counter. Nice little mix of plays there. Play selection by Coach Stevens.
Waiting on the play to be called in from the sideline again.
Gerald's now back in shotgun. Got the signals, got the call. He's going through his cadence. Gets the snap. Again, kind of coming back with the same thing. He's going, folks. He's going, folks. And that's a Bobcat touchdown. DJ Miller with the touchdown for the Bobcats. Again, Gerald kind of takes the ball, turns it around, has a fake, gives it back to Miller coming on the end-around counter, and he's in for the touchdown, folks. So now, with 4 minutes to go, the Bobcats are up 13-0. That's crazy. I just looked at the scoreboard just a while ago. It was 4 minutes and 25 seconds, and we just scored in 25 seconds. That's pretty good.
And the offensive line there on that play, Kyle, they were majorly doing a pull and got him a big hole opened up so he could roll around that outside.
Yes, they did. They kicked out that defensive end, which is a key.
We'll go back down to Mike.
Did I tell you that the Bobcats are going to be exciting this year? I mean, that's 2 quick touchdowns here in the first quarter, and as you probably heard in Coach Aldine Payne's pregame interview, we don't have a lot of size on the Bobcats this year, but he's counting on speed, and you saw those running backs. You give them a little bit of daylight, and it's over. And it's kind of gone according to plan the way it looks to me. They're using those running backs, and Jordan Gerald's doing a tremendous job running the offense. So it's been fun from down here in the sideline. People are excited, and it's as you'll attest to, Kyle. Winning cures a lot of ills sometimes. So if you can start winning, people get real happy around here.
Yeah, that tends to happen. When you can win and be successful, to me, that's just going to breed more success, and that's what I'm hoping is going on here for the Bobcats in this 2014 season. So we can stay up and keep going and keep putting the heat on these Parkland Mustangs. We can have a big night tonight and carry that over throughout the rest of the season. Lewis is ready to go. He's going to kick off again from the left hash. It's away. This is more of a flatter kick.
A lot deeper.
Oh, unfortunately, went out of bounds. So that's going to be a penalty. So I believe they're going to bring the ball out to the 35 for the Parkland Mustangs, which for Parkland that'll be the best start they've had all night.
All night. Now it looks like we got number 18, Kedrick Patterson, warming up on the sidelines here, maybe.
Well, we've also got a penalty here. The officials have called one of the Glen Bobcats offsides on the kickoff. So, what's Parkland going to do? I believe Parkland is just going to decline it. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say false start. That's from kicking the ball out of bounds. Excuse me. So Parkland is now going to take the ball in the 35. Officials blow the ball live. And we're underway again. Pokes under center in the I formation for the Mustangs. Fake to the running back. And, just out of the reach of Greg Williams, the wide receiver. He was running a little out route on the left side, and Poke just put it a little bit out of his reach. Williams tried to make a play on the ball, but just couldn't pull it in.
Once again, there was a couple of Glen guys there right on the play.
Parkland's back under center again, still in the I formation. Got doubles to the left. Oh, come on. One of the Bobcats, defensive end, Keshawn Rhodes, jumped offside, so that's going to cost us. So that's going to give the Mustangs 5 yards.
That's one thing that, as you know, as a coach, Kyle, is when you make those unforced errors and those mental lapses, it really drive the coach crazy.
Oh, we got a little dive. Oh, dive play by the Mustangs met immediately by Donald Carter Jr. Great play by the linebacker to come up and meet that dive and everything. And, Mike, you're exactly right. I mean, that's just – you can't have those things. If you want to be successful, you can't have mental errors, and unfortunately that's what happened earlier. But hopefully we're going to stop the Mustangs here. It's third down at about 2 yards. We got a little off tackle weak side to the right, and number 7 this time for the Parkland Mustangs, Isaiah Mitchell is met after gaining maybe a yard, and the officials are already holding it up, folks. We got a Mustang fourth down. Now the question here is,
do you go for it, or do you punt?
What's Parkland going to do? It looks like they're keeping everybody on the field, so they're going to be going for it. I wouldn't even say it's a yard. I'd say it's more like a half a yard.
And with that being said, there's a little confusion on Parkland's play call.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Interesting, they've still got Isaiah Mitchell in at running back. He did not start the game at running back, but now they have him in there. He's more of a quicker kind of scat back running back.
They may be trying to draw the Bobcat. Well, he did snap the ball, but he went.
We're there.
There you go. Oh, this one's going to be close. Whoa. Is that a fumble?
Bobcats are saying we had the ball.
I don't know if it's a penalty or we held them on a fourth down. Oh, they're going to give them a first down on the.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Coach Carter didn't like that call. Coach Carter thought that the Bobcats had the ball. So, unfortunately, though, the Mustangs did pick up their first down of the night. I'm sorry, not their first. That's about their second first down, I should say. Apologize.
And they still have yet to cross the 50-yard line.
No. Poke going under centers, making the calls. Hands off again, off tackle to number 7. Isaiah Mitchell met by Bobcat defender. Again, Donald Carter, number 24 linebacker, and number 42, Brennan Gilley on the tackle as well.
We should bring the ball out to midfield at the 50-yard line.
Yep, second down, more or less 5 yards to go, so I think Parkland may be going to finally pass over that threshold. Ooh!
Nice hard hit.
Nice hard hit off the counter run by number 7, Isaiah Mitchell. Met by, I believe that was Donald Carter again with the nice hit. Very nice hit. Taking the running back down to the ground on his own. Got third down here for the Parkland Mustangs with about a yard and a half to go. Coach Carter's calling in the signals for the defense as well. The Parkland coaches are getting the signals in to the Mustangs. Maybe a little audible on the side. Or are we going to...
I've got a timeout by Parkland.
We're going to call a timeout by Parkland.
Their first charge, timeout of the half.
On that last running play, I was standing kind of behind the line, and they had and you probably saw it up there, a gap big enough to drive a school bus through on that, but number 7 took that handoff off the left side, and Bobcat's going to have to buckle down on that defensive line and not let that Parkland running game get going, because they've also got speed on Parkland's offense, and we don't want to get into a shooting match with a team right off the bat here the first game of the year.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Mike. Unfortunately, on those counter plays, that's when you're going to catch your defensive lineman running upfield, and I'm afraid that's what we did on the defensive line. We got upfield too far, and they ran that counter right behind our defensive lineman. That's a big problem with high school football. Sometimes those D linemen watch too much NFL games and want to get upfield and try to make plays in the backfield and not remember to stay at home and cover their gaps of responsibility.
All right, Parkland coming back on the field after their timeout.
Parkland center's snapping his helmet up there. Quarterback's trying to get him down. Remember, it's third and about 1.5, folks, so let's see what happens. Oh, we got more whistles. It looks like the Parkland Mustangs are going to be coming back with another kind of I-formation dive play up the gap between your center and guard. We have an illegal substitution on the Parkland Mustangs. So that helps us out a bunch. Now it takes them back 5 more yards. So now from a third and about 1 and 1.5, now the Mustangs have a third and about 6 to 7 yards. Mustangs are changing things up here at the line. Quarterback's under center, takes the snap, he drops back, looking, going pretty deep, unfortunately. Wow. Parkland Mustang comes down with it on a little up and back route. It's going to be a Parkland Mustang first down at about the 25-yard line. Beautiful pass by the quarterback, number 2, Anthony Polk, for the Parkland Mustangs. Receiving that was number 19, Darrell Williams. Great route. He went right up on like a jet route and then came back right there for the ball. Polk under center again. I formation. We got whistles again, folks.
Got 29 seconds left in the quarter.
29 seconds to go. I think Coach Payne or Coach Carter one's called a timeout for the Bobcat defense.
It looked like they had some confusion on defense. They had a player running off, and Coach Payne was screaming to get a timeout. And those are things that also irritate the coaches when the players don't know when they're supposed to be on the field. And it happens at all high schools. I mean, we got to remember, they're just kids. And this is the first game of the year, so this is a good time to knock off that rust, I guess, and get ready because up to this point in the game, it's been relatively easy for the Bobcats. I mean, they've done what they wanted to, but now they've got they're faced with a chance for the defense to shine. You only got 25 yards for a score here, and see what the defense can do. And I know Donald Carter Sr., the coach, is going to have them on all 8 cylinders. I can tell you that because he's a very intense. Was an intense player, now he's an intense coach.
Yeah, most definitely. Hopefully the Bobcats can hold strong here, facing a little bit of adversity. That's the thing. Everybody's happy-go-lucky and ready to go when things are going good. The question is, when something bad happens, how are you going to respond? Parkland takes the ball again. Little counter off to the left side by number 7, Isaiah Mitchell. I think the coaching staff for Parkland's realized it's better maybe to go with number 7, Isaiah Mitchell. He's more of a quick hit type of running back, and I think that's given the Bobcats a little trouble here.
Yeah, the Bobcats need to break the momentum and slow them down here a little bit because it looks like Parkland's starting to get that momentum going that the Bobcats had earlier.
Exactly. We've got about 2nd and 4 to go, and I think now
that's
Parkland.
The end of the quarter.
That's the end of the quarter. All right, so in the first quarter, your Glen Bobcats are up 14-0 on the Parkland Mustangs, with the Parkland Mustangs driving with about 2nd and 4 yards to go for the first down. If they get this first down, they're going to be about at the 15-yard line. So we really need to make something happen here because it's getting a little risky and possibly could be giving up points.
With the first quarter of the season under our belts, I would say that the Bobcats have certainly passed the test so far, and after spending some time at some of the summer workouts and their preseason scrimmages, I think the kids have been well coached, and they seem to be doing what the coaches have asked them to do, and we harp back to that. We don't have a lot of size, but we have a lot of speed, and as you know, even in wrestling, Kyle, speed and quickness can overcome a lot of things on a wrestling match, the same way it can on the football field.
Oh, yeah, most definitely, Mike. I mean, you can only, coach kids so far, but when they've got those extra tools and abilities with speed and athleticism, that can take them even farther. You can't coach speed, you can't coach athleticism. And the kids has that. You can take them; they can go farther than you can just by coaching them itself. So, we'll be interesting to see what the Bobcats are going to do here. We got again 2nd and about 4. Parkland's going in. Waiting for the officials to blow the ball live. Here we go. Polk again, number 2 for the Parkland Mustangs under center in I formation. It's a quick dive to Isaiah Mitchell again. Isaiah Mitchell now, they've put Mitchell at fullback. So starting to realize real quick, folks, that number 7, Isaiah Mitchell, is Parkland's offensive weapon. They've had him at tailback. They just had him at fullback and hit a quick dive with him right up the gut behind the center and guard. Polk under center again, calling plays. Parkland's in I formation. believe they're going to
call an audible here, it looks like.
Yep, they're changing it up. Polk's checking his wristband to see exactly what the coaches want from him. Takes the snap. Looks like it's a little quick out. Makes the reception. Unfortunately, though, the ball is kind of low, so number 6, Isaiah Carter for the Mustangs doesn't get much out of the play. They may have gotten maybe 1.5 yards or 2 yards at the most. I don't know if the Parkland Mustangs thought that our defensive backs are playing too far off the ball, which to me, it's possible. But again, that's a coach's call.
Looks like they're doing a player change-up for the Glenn.
Folks under center. Now we're just going student body left, folks. It's a sweep met immediately
by a wall of white jerseys.
By a wall of white jerseys, but most than anything, of course, the kid you can't miss, Mr. Hawkins, Dedrick Hawkins, in on the play in the backfield. Great job by Hawk to come in there and immediately attack that sweep before it got going anywhere. Parkland's lined up again. It's 3rd down now, folks. 3rd and about 7. 7 to get, obviously, in the end zone. They're going to change the play up again from the line. Polk's calling out the signals of what he needs to execute here. This little counter again. Met at the line. Great tackle. Great play off the defensive lineman. And he's walking away, and I cannot get him to turn around to see exactly what number he was. I think it was 58. That 88. It was that Arrington Gray with the play there. Made a great play off the defensive lineman to make the tackle on number 7, Isaiah Mitchell. Or was that 38?
I think it was 38.
We're blitzing.
And got him in the
Carter.
backfield.
Coach Carter with the big blitz call. I believe that was what they call the bonsai blitz package they have. And number 32, which is Nick Wagner in on the tackle in the backfield. Great call, great defensive stand by the Bobcats.
Gentlemen, that's a great momentum swing for the Bobcats. We know the offense was clicking pretty well here, and the defense they've also withstood their first test down here with a 4th or 3rd and goal to go for a touchdown and a 4th and goal, and they were able to, as you say, that blitz call. I think Coach Carter's done that twice tonight and has worked perfectly. So, so far it's been an all-around good ball game. I think the coaches and the fans ought to be pleased at how well the team is playing together, and it's not just, as you know, it's not all about offense. You got to stop the other team, and we certainly did it on that drive.
Mike, from looking on the field, yep, that's exactly what I thought it was. Unfortunately, folks, we have a lightning delay. I believe the officials or trainer 1 saw some lightning around the area, which means that we're going to have to take a break from the action. We're not going to take breaks personally, but football-wise, we're going to have to take a break with 9:34 to go in the second quarter. The Glen Bobcats are up 14-0.
I actually have another guest I'm going to be talking to once he gets through through his wall of admirers coming over. But I want to talk to the Glen head golf coach, Mr. Rick Bright. He coaches the ladies and the men's golf now, and last couple of years they've had the young ladies that actually went to the regionals in the state and got to play at Pinehurst. And Rick does a great job. I always tell him he knows how to. And you'll probably agree with this, Kyle. There's a difference in coaching girls and coaching boys. And Rick has that knack about him that he's able to get the most out of these young ladies, and it shows up on his results. And they're also great people. But he's walking over now. We're going to get a word with him and ask him a little bit about how it's going. And we're here with Coach Rick Bright. Coach Bright, I was going to go to your golf match the other day, and the county says, no, it's too hot. So how's your preseason warm-ups going? How are the kids responding to your great coaching?
Well, they were psyched to play on Thursday, and then but it's about the kids, keeping them safe. So, but they're excited. They get out and they're practicing a lot more on their own, investing more of their own time, and then they text me their scores and things like that, and I'm starting to get excited. But let's get the season started and see what happens.
Now, you've last couple of years, the girls in particular, the last 3 years, I guess, been a couple of them pretty successful. And I know you want to get a team to go to the state tournament. What's your outlook this year? With I know you still have young players. I don't think you have any seniors. Do you have any juniors on your team this year?
We have 7 on the team this year. 6 of them are juniors. We have 1 sophomore. And so I'm going back to my business days, and I need to get some activity in the pipeline. But we've got 2 years with these girls that we've had since freshmen, and they're all playing better. Like I said, they've invested in their game. They're shooting really, really nice scores. And quite honestly, and I've told them in meetings, and as well as Coach Weevil, who helps with the team, as you well know. But our expectation is higher than last year. We finished 3rd alone last year, and only 11 shots out of 2nd place in the conference, and it came in 2nd place in the conference tournament, and only 40-something shots out of winning the whole thing last year, with a bunch of sophomores and a senior. So, but my expectation, as well as theirs, is that we qualify as a team this year and can go back to Pinehurst.
Well, I know the matches I've covered on the men and the women. There's some talented golfers here at Glen High School, and they dedicate themselves to becoming better. And I think that's also a reflection of the good coach and Coach Weevil put out at every practice. But it must be gratifying to see these young ladies. Some of them never played golf before, and they come up there and they start enjoying it. And before you know it, they won. They go to the state regional. I mean, it's like, wow, that's pretty impressive.
It is, and the fun thing is, again, they'll go out and they'll play on their own with their dads, and I'm envious. I'm jealous because I have 2 daughters. They're grown and gone, and I've got grandkids, but my daughters never went with me. And so I sit back and I enjoy watching the parents, and we've got such a great group of parents. I mean, I can't even begin to tell you how valuable they are to the program. But I see them out there with their daughters. It's awesome to see that kind of relationship, and I get to be a part of it, kind of at arm's length. And I think Coach Weevil feels the same way.
That's our call to midfield for the Marty Stanley ceremony. Give us a word about Marty Stanley. You've been around here a long time.
I owe a lot to Marty because he asked me 5 years ago to start the women's program. He said, "Now, Rick, I can't do it this year. Don't have the money, but next year I'd like to start women's golf, and I'd like for you to start the program." And I was truly, humbled and honored is a phrase that a lot of people use. That's how I felt. I've done a little bit of coaching in college, but that's been 100 years ago. And, with everybody being here at Glen and being so supportive and good to me, and for him to ask me to do that, I was thrilled.
Well, thanks for stopping by for a few minutes. Good luck to your golf team this year. Maybe we'll see you at Pinehurst again here this fall.
We will be there.
Okay. That's Coach Rick Bright, the golf coach for the Glen Bobcat golf program. And one thing about the Coach Bright and Coach Weevil, they do get the most out of their athletes, and to see some of these young people that have never played golf, they take it up here as a freshman in high school, and automatically they get a natural liking to it, and it's fun to watch when these young ladies come out, and the young men in the spring come out and play on these not really easy courses. Kyle, you're a golfer.
I hit the ball. I try.
I was getting ready to say Kyle and I should go cover that at Pinehurst.
We could definitely go cover that at Pinehurst. Anytime we could definitely go to Pinehurst and cover that.
Well, I suppose it's going to cost me more if I have to. If you have to go to Pinehurst.
Well, we could talk. I think Coach McCormick would be up for springing some money for us to go and cover that. We could definitely talk to him about that.
I think it might be during wrestling season, so you'll be busy, Kyle.
No. Golf is fall and spring. Fall and spring.
Okay. Well, we are going to broadcast the ceremony live when they do dedicate the stadium to Mr. Stanley. And I've known Marty for, I guess, about 4 years now. And, you just don't see in today's world, you don't find loyalty to a school, to an institution, to anything. It's all about how can I better myself and go somewhere else. And Marty's been here over 34, 35 years, and probably without his dedication over the years, the facilities you see around here would not be at the level they're at now. And I was always amazed at how hard the young man works. He's out here lining fields. He's mowing grass. He, as Aldine Payne said, if he asks you to clean a toilet, he's already cleaned 2 of them before that. So, those kind of people, as you guys will attest to, are kind of hard to find, and they're lucky that he decided to stay around as an assistant AD and kind of keep his fingers, we'll say, in the pie a little bit, because there's things that when you do something for so many years, and as someone who is up in age, I know how that when you do something for a lot of years and all of a sudden you don't do it anymore, sometimes things fall through the cracks. But I think that Coach McCormick, the new athletic director, has done a great job taking over the program with Marty's help in the background, and John Fowler, who's also an assistant AD and a baseball coach. And I know they really welcomed all the folks from TriadSportsCoverage.com to the campus here at Glen. They've always been very, very nice to us. Anytime we needed information, they were quick to make sure we had it for our broadcast or for articles. And once you stay at a school for a few years, you kind of see the family aspect of what goes on around here. And it's an honor to say that I know Marty Stanley, because he is, as I said earlier, the face of Glen athletics and has been for a long time.
Yes, most definitely. I mean, this is a great night, and not only for Glen High School football, but also for Glen High School athletics as a whole, to honor such a great man as Marty Stanley for all the years and hard work that he's put into the athletics here at Glen High School, the school itself, and everything that he's done for the school, the community, the probably hundreds upon maybe even thousands of lives that Marty Stanley's probably touched since he's been here at Glen High School, working as a teacher, coach, athletic director, and so on. You can't put a price on that. You come into education, you don't do it for the money, you do it, for the helping those that need help, and teachers, coaches, like the same. Me personally, to even maybe even have half the honor, half the abilities, and half the things that Marty's done would be an accomplishment. Marty's 1 in a million. He does a great job.
And I, if I may say so, personally, you guys as teachers, coaches, anything involved with the school system is so wonderful, and you do not get the acknowledgement, the praise, or the value that you guys are worth for what you do with the kids. On behalf of my family, I thank you guys.
We appreciate it. We appreciate it. I believe they're lining everybody up. I believe that's Marty's family. I know Brad Craddock, our school principal, is out there as well. Getting the pictures taken right now. I think Channel 12 News is out here filming the ceremony and everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the 50-yard line on the home side of the stadium. We have a special presentation tonight that will begin with a message on behalf of Principal Brad Craddock. When you think about Glen High School, there are 2 different things that come to mind. One is the water tower. The other is Marty Stanley.
Folks, but
Marty was able to work with 4 different principals and even train 1 or 2 about the Bobcat Way. The Bobcat Way is about treating all members of the community like family and always doing what is right, just because it is right. He worked countless hours to make our facilities the best in the district, and his family will tell stories about rock parties here on the field.
Right now, again, it's the second quarter.
34 years of education.
9:34 left to go in the second quarter. Bobcats are up 14-0. We're hoping to get back to action here.
It gives me great pleasure to be here as we dedicate this stadium and athletic complex to Marty Stanley, a great educator, dedicated athletic director, and friend. That message on behalf of Brad Craddock. Fans, in 1984, Glen Junior High School transitioned into a 4-year high school. At that time, Jackson Marty Stanley had already been a staff member and coach for 5 years. And over the next 29 years, no one was more instrumental in bringing the Glenn Athletic Program and its facilities to the forefront of Forsyth County schools. He worked countless hours making sure the student athletes of Glenn had the best practice and game facilities possible. He coached football, basketball, and softball along the way, and for the last 24 years in education, he was the athletic director of Glenn. It speaks volumes of him that he remained at the same school, and he is not only respected within Forsyth County, which is evidenced by his selection to the Winston-Salem Forsyth County Sports Hall of Fame, but also across the state with his selection of the North Carolina High School Athletic Association Top 100 Athletic Administrators of all time in 2013. All while remaining humble, just trying to do what is best for the students of Glenn. Glenn High School could think of no better way to honor his legacy than bestowing him with the honor of a gesture that can never be taken away. It is with great pleasure that the Winston-Salem Forsyth County Schools, represented by Superintendent Dr. Beverly Emery, Assistant Superintendent Carol Montague Davis, School Board Member Buddy Collins, along with Glenn High School, represented by Principal Brad Craddock, Booster Cup President Pam Idle, current Athletic Director Joe McCormick, and Assistant Athletic Director John Fowler, that we officially name our stadium that he brought from a tobacco field to the field you see now, Jackson Marty Stanley Stadium and Athletic Complex. Congratulations, Coach Stanley. We cannot think of a more deserving person. Thank you.
Those were some really great words that were spoken by Mr. Craddock, and you know, sometimes you don't get tired of saying nice things about nice people, and Marty is that gentleman. He's just unbelievable, and we're going to get a word with him as soon as he gets some of his handshakes out of the way and his congratulatory hugs from all of his coaches. And I mean, it's a fitting tribute to a great guy. Looks like he may be just a tad emotional, but we're going to see if we can get a word with him as soon as he's done.
And they were saying it come from a tobacco field. He's got a nice-looking facility here he's worked on.
We're going to see if we can get a word with Mr. Stanley as he's getting his congratulations from Mr. Stanley.
Yes, sir.
I'm walking on the greatest high school football field in the state as far as groundskeeping, and you're the one responsible for it. Now they've named this stadium after you. They've named the sports complex after you. You know, when you dedicate your life to something, people realize that I'm so thrilled for you. It's a great honor.
Well, I appreciate it, and I appreciate all that you do to cover our kids here at Glenn High School. It was a great time when you came on board. Our kids have never gotten the recognition they have reserved until now, and, you know, part of my job was to just try to give them a great place to play, and I'm very humbled and honored.
Well, you know, you've been around this business for a long time. You have hundreds of thousands of friends. A lot of people admire you. You mention your name anywhere in the state, and people know who you are. But as you look back over your great career, what are some of the things that maybe stick out that you're always going to have there in the forethought of what you're thinking about your history at Glenn?
The relationship with the kids and trying to teach them to be good people. And, you know, when they come back and call you coach and tell you the things that you did to influence them, you don't realize it at the time what you're doing. But I've got players from 85 and 86 here tonight. It means a whole lot.
Well, I want to also congratulate you again. It's been a pleasure for me to get to know you the last 4 years. You're a stand-up individual. You're honest. You do it by the book. And it makes me feel good to cover your athletes because I know who's leading them. So I appreciate your cooperation.
I appreciate what you do for our kids in the community.
Thank you, Marty. Congratulations. That's Marty Stanley, who is now has the name of the Marty Stanley Football Stadium here at Glenn High School. It's definitely a fitting honor for one of the greatest gentlemen you'll ever run into at high school athletics, and just by the congratulations and the accolades that Mr. Stanley has received over the years. He's humble. And tomorrow, if you come out here to the school, he'll probably be here painting a line or mowing grass somewhere. I mean, and you don't find those kind of people very often. And when you do, it's always nice to recognize them for what they're doing. And he always put the kids first, and that's a trait that sometimes people overlook. That the reason we're all here is for the kids that are out here doing these, participating in these athletic events. That's what it's all about, and Marty puts them first. And now we're going to have some pictures taken with Marty and everybody's brother. Looks like we're coming out and getting in on the act. We got the Bobcat mascot. He's over there hugging Marty and getting the picture. So everything is going according to plan. It was kind of a genius decision because we were in a lightning delay, and all of a sudden they figured out, let's do this halftime ceremony. And I think it's a great way to get things done. I'm going to grab a word here with Coach Payne since we got a break. Coach Aldine Payne, you come out and for a change, Glenn takes advantage of a turnover and puts points on the board. What's your impression of the first quarter and couple minutes here we've had?
Well, I thought we'd come out and play great, both offensively and defensively. There at the second, after we scored 14, the same thing happened. We let up defensively. Now, we had a great stand, and Coach Carter blitzed when he needed to. But the biggest thing I'm upset with is our defense is they're relaxing, and you can never relax. And we made a bunch of substitutions and wholesale. And we also found out that when Hawk and DC was on the same side, they was running opposite. So we're going to split them up right now so that they're not going to be able to do that. And that's a pretty good job on her figuring that out. So, but offensively, just keep running the ball. Keep doing what we're doing. We're doing fine. And I think the biggest thing is we got them inside and we're getting out. And DJ's hitting that hole. He's very patient. But as you probably said on the radio, when he plants that foot and goes north-south, he's unbelievable. So we just got to keep it up. Game ain't over yet.
Well, I've been telling the fans that this year promises to be an exciting football team, and so far you've certainly proven that.
Yeah, we are, and we're a fun football team. I like this team. It's just that, you see them every day. You don't know how fast they are until we play everybody else. But I'm still not – my defense still worries me.
Well, it's been fun so far. Keep up the good work, and we'll probably see you at halftime. Thanks, Coach. That was Coach Aldine Payne, who is the head coach here at Glenn, and I know he was nervous before the season started because he didn't know, as you wouldn't on a team that's basically new. A lot of our starters have graduated from last year. You just never know how a team's going to react until you tee it up and the game starts. So I think inside he's pretty happy, but he's a coach, and he's very cautious as to how good he talks about what's going on, because as soon as you say something nice, as Mr. Spencer may second this, is something goes wrong. So he was always, as he made those comments, he was not real pleased with some of the things the defense has done. And Aldine's a defensive coach from way back. He lived and died defense, and he expects those young men out there to give everything in the world they got on every single play. And it's like in a wrestling match, Kyle. If you take off 10 seconds, you're going to get pinned. So it's about dedicating your entire self to that event and doing it the way it's supposed to be done. And so far, I think the Bobcats have done a pretty good job. I'm going to get a word now with Mr. Craddock, who is the principal here at Robert B. Glenn High School. Coach Craddock, this is obviously a very special night. One of the classiest individuals I've ever met. Now has a stadium name up here, and I know we talked when he announced his retirement, and like you said, there's nobody going to replace Marty Stanley. And then he comes back and he helps you, so that's the kind of man he is, always has been.
Marty is a great professional. He's going to do everything he can for Glenn High School. I think if you cut him, he would bleed orange, not red like the rest of us. His heart and soul's here. He told me that he was going to mow this field until he couldn't drag, and I can't say it all on the air, until he couldn't drag himself up on that tractor. So he's been a great inspiration to a lot of young folks here. You can tell on a Friday night when you're playing a team that you don't think may not give you the greatest competition and you have a pretty full stadium, they came to see Marty Stanley and see this place dedicated for him. And Glenn High School cannot say enough. The sign is great, but we thank him for all of his efforts.
Well, thank you for stopping by, and congratulations on another season, another year of school. I'm sure you're excited. It looks like the football team has added a little bit of excitement. I've talked to Aldine quite a bit preseason, and he was hoping that we'd come out and do some really, and so far it's been pretty entertaining.
Well, so far I think our offense has really looked better, which has been our Achilles heel for the last couple of years. I think even if you talk to coaches around the district and the area who we play, they've always said Glenn's had a great defense, and the offense have just never really materialized. Antoine Stevenson, offensive coordinator, has done a really good job. He spent last spring and all summer kind of designing an offense that he thought our kids could run. And just like I told Aldine after the first scrimmage that I saw, which was last Friday night, our quarterback does not have to be great. He just has to be consistent and make good decisions and not make decisions that will kill us. And I think our defense, as they get a little more experience, I think you will see a little more from them, more that Glenn attitude, that Glenn defense. But one thing that this team may have different than the other, I think they may have a little swagger. Glenn's got a really great group of kids, very polite, very humble. But this one may have a little bit of an attitude and a little bit of swagger, which could pay dividends down the road.
And the one thing, Glen athletes, too, they're all ladies and gentlemen. I've enjoyed so much being around these young athletes. I mean, they come from good backgrounds. They're raised correctly. They know how to act in public, and they represent the Orange Pride really well.
Well, I think that's the great thing about Glen High School. Our kids come from a very diverse background, but I was surprised early when I got here with the number of yes-sirs and no-sirs I got, which was a little odd from the places I had worked. But the more you're here, you see the kids and how good they really are. And our parents are phenomenal. They've done great jobs with our kids, and we're looking forward to a great year across the board, not just athletically but academically. We're starting a couple things with Bobcat Succeed, and so I think you're going to see a lot of great things out of Glen High School in the next couple of years.
And we want to invite all the Bobcat fans down to Bibbs on Monday night for some barbecue and Glen Bobcat night.
You cannot go wrong at Bibbs. The brisket is my favorite. Matter of fact, I ate there last night after a JV volleyball game, so I love Bibbs, and a big shout out to them.
Thank you for stopping by, Mr. Craddock, and good luck to you this year. We'll be around. Are you guys ready to take it over up there? I've kind of given you time to have your meal, your 7-course dinner.
Well, I was kind of waiting on some of that meatloaf from Bibbs. You keep talking about Bibbs.
Well, Monday night there's going to be a lot of orange and blue in there, and I'm sure they're going to have some meatloaf and some ribs and whatever you want at Bibbs. They'll be sure to make sure you're well fed. As you know, Kirby, you've been down there, and Kyle, you've been on one of our shows, and it's a great place. They're one of our major sponsors on the website, and want to give them a shout out because they've been so generous and so kind to us and allowing us to do this to give some of these young athletes some notoriety, some airtime, because not everybody and not every team is a state champion, but you know what? They're all champions at heart, and that's why we like to cover all these different athletes, and we just have a great time. And I'm going to ask Mr. Spencer. I'm going to put him on the spot because
here we go.
Last year we went up to Greensboro for the state wrestling tournament and did okay. I mean, you had Mr. Tucker up there, who I think is a tremendous athlete, tremendous gentleman. He's just fun to watch. But what are we going to? Am I going to go to Greensboro again this year?
You're definitely going to be in Greensboro this year. We're definitely going to have more there than 4. I can tell you that. My goal was 6. I only got 4, so I was a little happy, but at the same time didn't reach the goal that I set. And it might have been a little bit too high, but I've been known to set a little bit too high goals. That's how I've been raised.
Back when I played baseball in college with Abner Doubleday, my baseball coach used to tell us that it's better to shoot for the stars and fall short than aim for the ground and hit it. So you always want to have some high expectations, some high goals, because you're always trying to achieve. But if you don't set your goals very high and you're complacent and you're happy with mediocre results, then that's the way it's going to always be.
You're exactly right. And that's to me, and nothing against any coach, any faculty member, or anything here at Glen. I realized last year was sometimes I think, and this is to me, society itself is we're just so happy with mediocrity sometimes. Just get, I'm all about giving your best effort. Don't get me wrong. But sometimes just giving your best effort and telling a kid to go out there and just have fun, me as a coach and my intensity and what I was taught growing up, it's not about just giving it your best. It's about giving everything you have and trying to be successful and trying to win. Not that winning is everything. I know you're supposed to have fun, but I'm here to tell you, when kids tell me a sport isn't fun, I say, well, or because it's too hard or this and that. I'm like, well, winning is fun, isn't it? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, well, guess what? You're going to have to work hard to win.
Also, athletics teaches these young folks some valuable lessons for life, because as long as you live, you're going to be competing. You're going to be competing for a job. You're going to be competing, for different levels of your life. And if you start to realize that I just want to be average, then you're never going to grow. You're never going to become better. And I think there's nothing wrong with a coach pushing athletes to get the most out of them, because a lot of times athletes surprise themselves at how much ability they have when they put their total heart and effort into it.
Yes, yeah, most definitely.
That's very true. And a coach once told me one time, he said, in order to achieve a goal, you got to set a goal. And then to set the goal of, quote, being the best quarterback or being the best wrestler or whatever, in order to achieve that, like you said, might bring you back in life tenfold, because you're always working to do better and better yourself.
Well, we had the ceremony, which was was that your idea, Kyle, to go ahead and do the ceremony during the lightning delay?
Yeah, I haven't been here long enough to make those kind of decisions. That's out of my pay range.
But that was a great gesture on the part of the folks involved in the ceremony. And again, Marty Stanley, it's now Marty Stanley Stadium. But we got some more football to play, and as we heard from Coach Payne, he's not real thrilled with some of the things the defense have done, but he's never, a coach is never going to be happy, because when you become happy and complacent, your team doesn't get any better. So as good as you may be on this play, you need to be better next play.
Exactly. I know it's kind of off topic, Mike, but I happened to get a text from Coach Rosenbaum. I don't know if you knew this or not, but he did have his baby girl today, he and his wife, so we want to give them a big congratulations. At 7:51 a.m. this morning, they had 8-pound, 13-ounce, and 21-inch Reese Michelle Bumgarner.
Rosenbaum.
Thank you. A little brain fart there. Sorry, Coach, because I know Coach is listening. I want to make sure we give him a big congratulations from all of us here at Glenn High School and tell them that we're so excited for them and their family.
Now, Coach Rosenbaum is the quarterback's coach, and he and I have been texting back and forth since last night, because he was going to tune in and listen to the game. But I want to tell him that his quarterback, Mr. Gerald, has done a really great job of running the offense, made some good decisions, and he's missing some great action up here. I think, obviously it's the first game, the first quarter and a half of the first game, and this is not going to make a season. But, you can learn how to win as well as you can learn how to lose. And if you start winning, it's contagious.
You're exactly right. Winning feeds success, and winning can definitely be contagious.
And it keeps the parents off your back.
Sometimes you'll never get them off your back.
I know, but it's high school athletes they're fun. They're fun to watch, and I enjoy. I'm a sports junkie, I guess, so I enjoy all sports, even the ones I don't know anything about, like lacrosse. First time I came out here to Glenn to cover a lacrosse game, I saw, 22 or whatever young ladies running around with sticks in their hands, and I thought, I'm not getting very close to the sideline because I don't know what they're going to do with those sticks. But as any sport, there's a method to their madness, and they definitely know what they're doing. So, did either one of you happen to catch the time that the 30-second delay was announced?
Hold on, Mike. I happened to
somewhat
document it. I think I want to say it was.
It's 8:30.
It's 8:34 now, and I want to say that it was 8:05, 8:10 at the latest, and I think you have to wait a half hour. So maybe, hopefully,
another 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah, another 5 or 10 minutes. We can get going again. Let's see.
If there's been any lightning since the original notification?
None that I know of. I see Coach McCormick kind of. Well, here we go with the update. 8:44, so 10 minutes. So basically, in 10 minutes, folks, we will have more Glenn High School football. Mike,
have you guys? I'm sure you watched NASCAR races on TV, and like for example, 2 nights ago, the truck race was up at Bristol and it rained.
Yes, sir.
And they had to postpone it. But they had to fill about an hour or so on national TV.
Yeah.
And I got to say, they could take some lessons from you and Kirby up there, because you folks, you chime right in. You've kept everybody informed, and I'm going to seriously talk to your agents about getting a permanent contract to announcers.
well, Mike, this might be the only time of day or a place I could probably actually talk, because when I get home, my wife does all the talking. I just sit there and listen.
Now, that's okay to say when it's just you and I.
Listen.
But if she hears that, or somebody that knows her hears that, you may want to stay in the press box all night tonight.
Well, she knows. We've had these discussions. She's talked again, and I just said, "Yes, ma'am. You're right. Yes, ma'am."
You may have to go into denial.
Yeah. That was my evil twin that said that, honey, not me. But
honey, that was Kirby that said that.
Yeah. But no, I mean, this is fun. I mean, I'm having a blast up here, and it isn't like being ESPN where we can show past races or something to keep everybody entertained.
Yeah, you guys are doing a good job, and it was great that we had that ceremony to kind of fill in 15 or 20 minutes of our delay, and hopefully when we get this game restarted that we'll be able to go ahead and finish out the entire ball game without any more delays, because Kirby and I have to get up early in the morning. We have to go to a race down in Salisbury at the quarter midget track in Salisbury, and I want to give that group a big shout out, because those young kids, Kyle, they start at 5 years old up to 15 or 16, and they race quarter midget cars, and they probably make better driving decisions than some of your cup drivers on TV. They're just absolutely amazing young people, and we cover them. We broadcast some of the races, and it's just it's a great group of people, and we look forward. Tomorrow, Kirby is going to be a great day at the track. I'm going to count on you and Tracy to have plenty of cold water for me.
Well, when she comes back around, you might want to talk to her, because that's her department. I'm just the crew chief, the cleanup guy. Luke does all the driving, but Tracy makes sure we're all taken care of. Make sure you tell her I said that, because I don't want to be in the doghouse like Kyle.
Behind every successful man is a successful woman, guaranteed.
Yes, sir. But that for you listeners who hadn't noticed, Mike is not in the booth with us tonight. Mike is out roaming around the football field, doing his interviews from the sideline, looking all important down there.
He does, doesn't he?
Well,
I just hope he don't get taken out by a play out of bounds or something when we have to go down there and save him.
Well, those guys, these players, they know how tough I am, and they will come to a dead stop on a dime, because I just look at them like, "Don't you dare touch me," and they back right up.
Now, is that a look of "don't you dare touch me," or if you touch me, oh my goodness, what's going to happen to me?
Yeah, if you touch me, I'll die on the spot. So please don't run over me. Even covering wrestling, Kirby, I always sit on the mat on the corner and take pictures. And you got to be awake too, because sometimes those guys get pretty rambunctious out there on that circle, and they come right towards you. And I've seen people up at the state tournament where we all sit right in the middle of the floor with 4 mats within arm's reach of you. If you're not paying attention, you can get your bell rung up there.
Oh yeah, you can definitely get hurt around the mat. That's why I'm always real careful to make sure no kids or anything like that are walking around when guys are going at it and everything.
And you wonder why I don't go to these, Mike, and cover these for you? I'm allergic to pain.
One of the neatest things that up here at Glenn and in the sports I cover is to watch Coach Spencer during a wrestling match. He is, how the blood veins pop out of your forehead, and you're red and you're screaming. But all he's trying to do is to get that wrestler to remember what we did in practice and execute the move, and you're going to win. But you know what? If they don't win, he's the very first person to hug them and say good job. And that's what makes it so great for us as media to cover these, because the coaches actually do care about these young athletes. But everybody wants to win, but last time I checked, there's only one winner in every contest.
That's right.
You're right. I mean, and to me as a coach, Mike, I mean, that's kind of how I was coached in high school, and my wrestling coach was a big influence on me of why I'm doing what I'm doing. Now he was not quite as intense or in your face as I was. He was probably more the polar opposite, but at the same time, he still had a huge impact on my life. Just about like I see Coach Carter down here getting fired up, getting the Bobcats ready to go, and I hope he don't hurt himself. Of course, he's in pretty good shape. But now the whole crowd's jumping on him. He's kind of had a gip step there. But, you got to understand, like you said earlier, Mike, they're kids. And, they're not going to be perfect. They're not going to do everything you want them to do. And you have to understand that what they are doing, hopefully, is what all they can do 100% as hard as they can go. And that's all you can ask for.
I'm going to have a nice cold drink of water, courtesy of Mr. Coach Bobby Martin.
Bobby.
One of our first responders here at Glen High School.
You've talked to all my teacher neighbors. Rick Bright's beside of me. Bobby's right down the hall from me. All these guys we all teach right around each other. Coach Stevens is right beside me as well.
So they put all the great coaches in one corner of the school building.
They must. They must.
Well, I'm going to let you guys talk for a little bit because I got to have some water and get ready for this 9 minutes and 34 seconds of the second quarter.
We can do it.
We're going to take a quick commercial break right here real fast, Mike.
Is your business going to die alone? Never meet the customers of its dreams? Just sit on the couch crying into a carton of ice cream while other businesses are out there thriving? New Expression can help. Without the right marketing, you're a wallflower. Without a great website, you're not going to turn heads. And without social media, you don't even have a friend to tell people what a great personality you have. New Expression can give your business a total brand makeover and get you out there, attracting customers. It used to be about who had the biggest ad in the phone book. Today, customers hit the web to locate and research before they call. If Google isn't steering customers to your site or they're not impressed by what they see, you're missing out. New Expression does web design and can provide a free analysis to see how your site stacks up against the competition. Don't have time to constantly update social media? Want cool custom apps and graphics? New Expression can help there too. From print design to mobile marketing to online presence to brand identity, New Expression can help you express yourself. Find out more at nuexpression.com.
Hey, this is Lennon Burton, varsity basketball player from Winston-Salem Christian School. You're listening to TriadSportsCoverage.com.
All right, well, we're back on the air now. Kyle and I are engaging in some conversation.
Talking a little NASCAR.
That's
a little
right.
excited. The Southern blood gets boiling in me when we talk a little NASCAR.
That's right.
I'm a wrestler at heart, but I'm still a Southern boy that grew up watching Junior and I shouldn't say Junior, but Dale Earnhardt and all those folks. Considering that where I'm originally from, it's not too far from where Richard Petty lives and the Bonnies and folks like that. I went to school with a few of the race car drivers, SIB kids, and everything like that. So
yeah, well, in this area in general is a major NASCAR, football, basketball area. I mean, it's just North Carolina. This part of North Carolina is a mecca for anything sports related.
Oh, most definitely. You got so many ballparks in terms of football and baseball and basketball courts and everything like that. If you want sports, they're going to be out there for you. And I believe we're taking the field, folks, and the Bobcats do have the ball. It's going to be first down. The Bobcats are going to be going from left to right, driving out of their own 14-yard line. Again, Bobcats are up 14-0, 9:34 to go in the second quarter. We have Kier Meredith behind Jordan Jarrell, our starting quarterback. Jordan's actually going to go under center. A little different pace here. Motion. Handoff to Kier. Starts up the middle, breaks it out to the right side. He's headed down the sidelines. Makes a nice run. Picks up a first down for the Bobcats. Ran out of bounds by number 4, Carrick Brown for the Parkland Mustangs. That's a great run, great move by Kier. He started going up the middle, saw a gap out there on the outside to the right, broke it open, and got up the field for about a 12, 13-yard gain. Bobcats back up on the ball. Gerald's now back in the shotgun position. Got slots to both sides of him with the running back to the right. To counter again, kind of the same direction.
Got a little loss of yardage there.
We got a flag.
A little late on the game there.
I wonder if that was going to come in or not. I think number 5, Cam Wagner, got up on the helmet. They're going to call a face mask with that on the Mustang, so that's going to should give the Bobcats a first down with the maybe 15-yard penalty or so. No, I think they're just going to give them. They're just going to give them the first down. And I don't understand.
Yeah.
That's new to me, but we're going to have first down and 8 for the Bobcats. I don't know. I guess it was only a 5-yard penalty, but we do get a first down. So Gerald's under center again, slot in motion. Got another kind of reverse counter again.
Nice play action.
Up the middle for another Bobcat first down. Again, Kier making a nice run. Man, he is quick.
He is quick. Back out to the 45.
I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry. That was actually DJ Miller, number 2 for the Bobcats. I apologize for the listeners. Gerald's in the shotgun. Coach Stevens calling the play off. Gerald's checking over Coach Stevens, getting the signals from him. Gerald makes the changes. Snap his way. Gerald with a quick slant. Nice play. Picking up another first down for the Bobcats. He's still kind of going all the way down to the Mustang 35. On the catch was Pincos, I believe. Chris Pincos on the catch. Nice little play there. Kind of a stretched out slant. It wasn't a quick hitting 5-yard slant, more about 6 or 7 yard quick slant for a good 12 or 13 yards again. A Bobcat first down. Gerald's in the shotgun position. We got 2 to the right, 3 trips to the left. Gerald takes the snap. He drops back.
Going deep.
Little deep
almost
pass.
picked off.
Down to, I believe, DJ Miller. Little overthrown, just a hair overthrown.
Off the tip of the fingers of Eric Brown there.
I'm sorry.
4.
Thank you. Messed up there on the numbers. So we'll have second down and 10 for the Bobcats. Jordan getting the signals from the sidelines. Bobcat skill positions, receivers and running backs looking over as well because they're going to be picking up what formation they need to line up in as well. We're going to go no backs again, trips left, twins to the right, snap. Gerald drops, quick hit to Pincos. It's going to pick up about 7 or 8 yards. Got a late flag. Pincos was ran out of bounds by number 4, Carrick Brown. Flag's going to be a personal foul against the Bobcats. I believe it was offensive lineman on that one. Away from the play.
Did you guys notice how they stopped when they came toward me?
Wah, wah, wah.
They were intimidated.
I'm sorry, Mike. Where were you?
They were intimidated. They felt the presence of Mike.
Yeah, I didn't get to see that penalty. Was it someone making some noise after the whistle blew, or what was the call?
Yeah, it was a personal foul. I think a late hit or a hit in the back from one of the offensive linemen of the Bobcats. So it's going to drop us back. Third down at about 16 or 17 on the Mustang 42-yard line. We're going to go no backs again. Gerald and shotgun, trips left. Now we got a little motion, a little fake, a little end around. Got one Parkland defender sitting there waiting for it, unfortunately, so that's not going to be much of a pickup. Number 40 for the Parkland Mustangs, Thomas Rodriguez, made a great play, stayed at home there for the Mustangs. So, unfortunately, we didn't block him. We missed him somehow. So that was third down. So, unfortunately, it's fourth down, and we're going to have to punt.
We're back at the original line of scrimmage there with that one. A little confusion going on the setup.
Yeah, Bobcat's still getting lined up for the punt. Number, I can't tell the Parkland, is that 14, I believe. Desmond Dilworth back to receive the punt. I don't think he's going to catch this one. I think it's going to take a bounce around the 14 up to about 15.5-yard line. So the Parkland Mustangs are going to be coming out on the 15.5-yard line on their side of the ball, first down. I hate to see that drive end like that. We looked like we really had some good plays going, and then again, mental errors. Kid gets a penalty for 15 yards, and that's just shooting yourself in the foot.
Kind of disrupts the whole momentum of it.
Yeah, you can't do that. Got to be focused and know where you are.
Standing down here on the goal line, listening to Coach Carter scream and yell his defense. Man, they did some great.
That was just a major wall he ran into
right
there.
Ball carrier.
Darius Patterson with the tackle again. Darius coming through there like a bull, making the tackle on the Parkland fullback.
Patterson on the stop.
stopping the Mustang in the backfield for a 1-yard loss. So it'll be second down at about 11 for the Mustangs there in the I formation again. Handoff to the tailback, little gap. Thought he had a hole closed up again. I think Darius closed that up for him again for the Mustang, for the Bobcat stopping the Mustangs. I believe also 44, I believe that's Reggie Caldwell in on the tackle as well. I don't think they want to run to our left side. I think Reggie and Darius got that pretty much on lockdown over there. They want to try something different. They drop back. Number 2, quarterback Parkland throws a deep pass, kind of a jet route down the right side of the sidelines, overthrows his receiver, luckily, because we weren't quite very tight on the coverage.
It looked like the Glenn defensive line there was a little stronger coming out than they were in the first quarter when they were out. They got holding the line a lot tighter for them.
They were. I think, they played their gap responsibility a lot better. They didn't just automatically shoot up field, which can get you in trouble. So hopefully, I think Coach Carter probably had a few choice words to say to those defensive linemen during the break, and that got them on the right page. So Parkland's going to be punting.
Low snap.
Yeah, low snap. Decent kick. Got a fair catch call. Not good. Not good
at all.
Of course, I thought maybe the Parkland kid's a little bit too close. Halo rule there, but I guess that doesn't apply here. So, unfortunately, folks, we've lost the punt. We dropped the punt. Parkland recovered. So now Parkland will be taking the possession of the ball again. This time they're going to be on their 33-yard line going out. Parkland's going from, if you're on the home side of the Glen field, Parkland's going from right to left.
Got 6 minutes left in the second quarter here, so no score as of yet going on. Still 14-0.
Polk under center, drops back, little swing pass to the running back, number 7, Isaiah Mitchell. Not much going on there.
Number 5, Zach Day with a good tackle on that one.
Great play by Day. That's a tough tackle to make. Open field tackles are probably some of the toughest tackles to make because you just, you got to play the ball and also play the guy at the same time. So luckily he didn't lose him there, and the Parkland Mustang break it open for a long gain. Parkland back, quarterback Polk under center again. Parkland still in the I formation, doubles to the right. A handoff, kind of a dive again to Mitchell. And again, he's met by a host of Bobcats on the play, stopping him dead at the line of scrimmage, if anything. And I want to say again, that might have been Darius on the tackle.
Looked like there was about 6 Bobcats tackling that ball carrier like he met a brick wall when he got to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he hit a white wall there. Parkland under center again. Polk drops back, swing out to the running back. Nice open field tackle. Again, great open field tackle by the Bobcat defender, number
14.
I think it was 24, Donald Carter.
I'm sorry, that was junior. Donald Carter with a great open field tackle on that swing pass, stopping the Mustangs on third down. It's going to be about 4th down and 8, so the Mustangs are going to come out and punt again. Back for Glenn is number 2, Kier Meredith, and number 3, DJ Miller, to receive the punt. Hopefully maybe this time we can hold on to it. Luckily, great, I think, good move by Coach Payne and the coaching staff. They put 2 back to receive the punt instead of 1. Let's just stay away from that one, guys. Nah. Hits the ground, hits about the Glenn 35, bounces to the 36. So it's going to be Bobcat first down on the 36, going left to right on the side of the field.
Just to give you guys an update on the speed of our running backs at Glenn. Yesterday I was over to school, and Kier Meredith was standing by the door, and he flipped the switch, turned the light out, and he was across the room before it got dark.
Now that's fast, Mike. That's fast. Once again, Mike Pettaway with his great jokes there.
I thought you was going to talk about me when you saw me out here running on the field. I was like, I'm not that fast, Mike. We got a Bobcat first down play, offensive play, to Meredith, number 3, for about 7 or 8 yards.
Yeah, we won't bring up you were running around the football field with Coach Andrews. That was a sight to behold.
Got some major whistles on the play here. Let's see what's going on.
Yeah, the play's been second down about 3.5 for the Bobcats. If it's been blown dead, unfortunately, that usually means false start or illegal substitution. So, legal substitution against the Bobcats is going to take it back 5 yards. So now instead of 2nd and 3, we got 2nd and about 8.
It was actually an illegal equipment.
Illegal equipment. I'm sorry.
Which are very, the referees are very safety conscious, and they've been given the word that if there's anything that's not up to par on these uniforms, these helmets, you got to stop, get them out of the game.
Nice pitch out and a good run down across the 50-yard line.
Kiera Meredith on the run, picking up a Bobcat first down. Great call there. Great move. Parkland Mustang was in the backfield, and Kiera made a move on him.
The offensive line did make a big hole for him to come through and keep it open halfway down on that run for him.
Oh, yeah. Gerald's in the shotgun. Little fake, little kind of midline dive. But Gerald picks up a nice gain of about 6 or 7 yards for the Bobcats.
Quentin Crowley at the stop of the Mustangs.
For a quarterback, that Jordan Gerald is he's a tough young man. I mean, he doesn't give up, and he takes a beating in there, but he gets right back up and goes after it again.
Oh, yeah. In the shotgun, handing off up the middle.
Another first down.
Another first down for the Bobcats on the run. I believe was Kiera Meredith again. Yep, that was Kiera, number 3, coming up.
That was a good call, Mr. Kirby, because the referees weren't sure until they heard you. I told them that you'd call the first down. So.
Well, I'm just trying to do my part, Mike. I'm just trying to do my part, man.
Fortunately, Kiera's going off. I think maybe he might be cramping up a little bit or something. Hopefully that's all it is, not an ankle or anything like that. Yeah, it looks like a cramp. Jordan's in the shotgun again. I don't know what we're doing. I think we have not. Okay. Jordan's getting signals from Coach Stevens. Gets the snap. Again, a nice handoff straight up the middle for the Bobcats. Good run, probably about a 5-6 yard gain.
Bobcats come out this possession with their running the ball more so than they did in the first, and looks like they're moving it pretty well down the center of the field there.
And that was number 4 for the Bobcats, Damian Dotson. I haven't seen him with the ball. Is that right? Huh? Yeah, number 4. That's what we got. Hope it is. Somebody's called timeout. I don't know if it was the Bobcats or the Mustangs, but right now, folks, we're in a timeout. It's 2:37 to go in the second quarter. Bobcats are still up 14-0. Can't all tell exactly who's down there coaching-wise. I'm sure Coach Stevens is in the mix down there getting some things going for the offense. Hopefully the Bobcats can punch one in here before halftime. It's got 2:37 left. We're on the Mustang 31-yard line going in. Got about 2nd and 5 yards to go.
All right, we're breaking up here, getting ready to go back on the line.
I got an update on that injury on Kier. Actually, Kier has asthma. He was over here using the inhaler, so he's anxious to get back out there. So nothing really hurt.
Little end around play for the Bobcats. Nice little run.
And a major tackle with a flag on the play.
Yeah. On the run there was number 2, DJ Miller. Sorry, Kirby.
That's fine. Looked like Miller got hit a little too high there with that one.
Oh, no. Another penalty against the Bobcats. I think that was illegal blocking the back.
I think number 80, I think the defender turned because DJ turned back up the field, and when the defense turned, I think the number 80 was already committed to his block, and he just kept going and hit him in the back. So that would draw a flag every time.
Yeah, unfortunately, they don't take exception to the fact the kid just turns right in front of you. They're going to call it most of the time. So now Bobcats have 2nd and about 9 yards to go. Looks like we're going to go trips left. And Pinkos down here at the bottom right. Actually, okay, running back to the left to Gerald. Gerald swings out to the left, little bootleg. Pitches one out. Oh, nice little flick. Maybe a little too hard, though. intended for the receiver downfield and just threw it a little bit over his head, out of his reach.
Watching him roll out and throw that pass on the run, that was a very nicely thrown pass to be under the pressure he was on the run with that one.
Yeah, Jordan's a heck of an athlete. He's a special kid. He can definitely run with the ball, run and throw at the same time. You don't get that very often. That's a kind of a dual threat weapon you have there. Looks like we're going no backs, trip right, twins left, and Gerald may have the defensive line jump off sides there for the Mustangs, which would help tremendously because we got 3rd and 9. So now that's going to make it about a 3rd and 4. There you go. Help me out with my math there.
There you go.
I'm a business teacher and computer guy, so I'm used to using the computer for calculations.
Well, 9 minus 5 is 4.
Thank you there, Mike.
And Mike is used to using the abacus.
Oh. Again, though.
I'm taking medication for that.
Yeah. No backs in the backfield. Quick hitch to Pincos. I believe he's going to pick up the Bobcat first down, and he does. Putting the ball probably really right at the 20-yard line going in. Minute 52 left in the second quarter. Hopefully the Coach Stevens can get a few plays called here quick enough and not let time run out on us or shoot ourselves in the foot and get any more penalties.
And with the way they're running the hurry-up offense, they got plenty of time to get down in.
A little end around again, somewhat kind of a reverse, some would call it. Nice run. Picking up another first down and going out of bounds.
That's a little freshman, number 15.
Once again, Glenn.
Okay, that's Razak. Yeah, nice run by Razak, the freshman. I'm telling you.
Did you notice how the longer he ran, the faster he got?
No kidding.
That was a perfect exhibition of the speeds that all the coaches have been talking about.
And he's a freshman.
Wow. We've got timeout on the field. It's an official timeout to fix Razak's jersey there. They're going to have him come off so they can fix that. Gerald's now in shotgun. Back to the right. Coach Stevens is going to audible here. Change up. He's going to kind of do a pistol formation now. Nice handoff straight up the middle.
And it's going to be very close to the goal line on that one.
Yeah, we're probably down to about the 2 right now. So that's going to make it 2nd and goal from about the 2 going in.
2nd goal.
Back under center.
Another back under center. Dive up the middle. Maybe.
Good goal line standby.
Very good, very good. Host of Parkland Mustang tacklers on the play, led by number 7, Isaiah Mitchell. Waiting for the Bobcats to line up.
So what are you going to call Coach Spencer here? 3rd and goal.
What am I going to call?
Yeah, what would you say?
3rd and goal with 3 to go. I'm going to go off tackle.
I'm going to fake a dive up the middle and pitch it out to one of these speedsters and make them catch it.
That's what I thought Gerald was going to do there. Maybe read that and then pull it out because the defensive linemen were there sitting there waiting, but he kind of gave it anyway.
Well, they had looked like a linebacker must have stiffed that play out because he ran right up before the snap of the ball, and that hole just closed right up, so they had no chance. But I think you're going to have to, we don't have a lot of size. You're going to have to finesse your way in the end zone some of these plays.
Come back with that counter again that's been hitting so well.
Or maybe one of those double reverses or whatever, or a Statue of Liberty. Anything we used to do in the backyard would work fine right now.
Yeah, just draw it up with some sticks and bottle caps. You're the bottle cap. You go here and I'll go there.
You go to that tree and you make a left.
Yeah. Coach Stevens, I'm sure, has got a good idea of what he wants to run here and line them up.
Being on the sideline for the last couple of years here, 3 years at Glenn, there's something about the coaching staff and the players, at least tonight, there's a positive attitude. Everybody's happy. And I think if the coaches are happy, that kind of flows down into the players, that we're here to enjoy ourselves. And The only one that doesn't smile a whole lot is Coach Payne because he's a worrywart. He's going to wait till the game's over. But the coaches seem to be, everybody's pulling together, and it's really refreshing to see that on the football staff here this year.
Yeah, definitely. I can, being an outside person looking in and hanging out with some of the football staff this year, I can definitely tell there's a lot more camaraderie with the coaches. Gerald's under center, quick pitch out to the left. Did we get in? We did. It's a Bobcat touchdown, folks. With 24 seconds and 7/10 exactly to go, the Bobcats are in the end zone again.
20-0.
Got 20-0. I want to say that was Kier Meredith on the run there for the touchdown. So we got it in. Coach Stevens made a good call with the sweep, student body left, pitch left, whatever you want to call it.
And was that considered that old school Statue of Liberty play you're talking about, Mike?
With the kick is good. So, folks, with 24 seconds to go, your Bobcats are up 21-0.
Lewis with the extra point.
You caught me off guard, Kirby. I was doing my reporting duties. See, I'm trying to do a couple of tasks at one time, and I can't write, read, and think at the same time.
Uh-oh.
But, yes, that was actually one of the photographers come up and asked me if I was writing up a play to send in, and he doesn't know that I'm actually calling the plays.
Oh, is that what it is? Are you using smoke signals?
Something like that, but don't tell anybody I'm doing that because the other schools will want to recruit me.
Yeah.
That's just between Kyle, myself, you, and
the two listeners.
There you go.
Well, I got to get my accounting done here, so you guys carry on with the broadcast.
We'll try.
Thank you, sir.
The Bobcats are lining up for the kick again. Going to kick from left to right. Wilson's setting the ball up on the tee again. We got 24 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Bobcats up 21-0, looking pretty strong here in the first half game opener of the 2014 season against the Parkland Mustangs.
Parkland's got Torrey Robinson deep back.
Kick is away. Pretty good kick to about the 15-yard line. Parkland receives it. Takes a run up the field. Number 3, Torrey Robinson makes a good return for the Mustangs up to about the 32-yard line. So the Mustangs will have 18 seconds to go in the second quarter. Let's see what they're going to do. They've been lining up mainly in an I formation, running off tackle, throwing in a few passes here and there. So it'll be interesting to see with this short time what their offense is going to do. They're actually in the shotgun. This is the first time we've seen Parkland line up in this. You got doubles right, one single receiver to your left, running back in the backfield, snap. Quarterback's in a little bit of danger, under pressure. Throws a pick. And Hawk
goes out of bounds to stop the clock. No,
Hawk
7 seconds left on the clock.
Diedrich Hawkins makes a big play with the interception, returning it on top of that to about the Parkland 26-yard line and getting out of bounds on top of that. Such a smart kid. He learned that from his business teacher last year.
Yeah. All right.
Hawk's a great kid. Great kid. I really admired Coach Payne. Last spring, he would go and get the kids in the morning and pick them up. And every day when I get to school, I'd walk through the gym or the weight room just to go by and say hey and see the guys lifting. And it never failed. Hawk was always in there working out, trying to get better. So I kind of pick with Hawk every day I see him. I'm like, what are you doing to get better today? Just to mess with him. And he's a great kid. Looks like the Bobcats were lining up to attempt a field goal. Coach Payne, I believe, has called a timeout. He's going out to talk to the Bobcat offense or special teams before they attempt this. I'd love to see Coach Payne throw a little razzle-dazzle in here with a little fake, but I don't know if he's going to do that or not.
I've got another comment since we have a little stop at your play here. Now, you guys did a tremendous job of filling all the dead time earlier. Do you have your itinerary for halftime?
No, we do not.
We're just going off the hip, Mike. It's going off the hip.
Just true professionals don't need an itinerary.
I'm talking so much. If my wife even heard all this, she wouldn't even know I could talk this much. And at one time.
No, what she say is you talking awful lot, but didn't say anything.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the Bobcats are lining up to attempt a field goal. The ball's going to be set about at the 34, so any of you football-savvy people will know if it's on the 34, it's going to be about a 44-yard kick. So if we can get this, I would definitely be impressed. You don't see a lot of high school kickers kick over 40 yards. And it's a little low. Almost wide left, a little low. You know, it was a good try, but, you know, clock runs out. Are they not going to let the – oh, no, well, hold on. The officials are stopping us here. I think are they going to say they get one more play? They give the Mustangs a first down, so I don't know how much time we're going to give them. But the Parkland
it looks like 10 – is it 10 seconds on the board?
No, it can't be.
Yeah,
no, they're winding it down. Can't be more than like 4. Let's see how much they put on there. 1.4 seconds. 1.4 seconds.
See if they go for the Hail Mary on this one. There it goes.
Oh, nope.
Oh, he threw it away.
Yep.
So at halftime is 21-0. Glen Bobcats are way out front on this one. Let's see what we got coming up. We see the band making their way from Parkland. See Mike back on the microphone down there.
Coach Payne. First half is in the books, and saw a lot of good things out there. You know, we talked earlier this week about the speed you have. You weren't kidding, were you?
No, I think you saw a little bit on Razak's run down there, and then we run sweep against Kier. That really was something sweet. But, you know, you give credit to our offensive line, too. And, you know, I think Parkland's better. I really do. And you know, the biggest thing is win or lose or not, I got somebody here that means an awful lot to me sitting right there on that track.
That would be your granddaughter.
My granddaughter. I hadn't seen her in a while. But, anyway, we're playing good. Defense had a good stop. Now, the big thing is that we're going to be good enough to come back out here and score to end it. I think if we can score one more, that may stick a dagger in them.
You mentioned the line. I mean, we talked about how small our line is, but they've been doing pretty well tonight.
They have, and I think we got to pull and do stuff like that. You know, I think we're trapping a little bit because we're getting upfield, but other times they can't. You know, they're getting there a little bit different.
We're going to let Coach Payne enjoy his granddaughters for a few minutes, go to his halftime speech.
Yep.
Your Nuke Rockney speech.
Well, I don't know. We're just going to try to get
such a dick.
We'll talk to you later.
Okay,
thank you. Are you guys awake up in the booth?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, we are.
That was our head coach, Mr. Aldine Payne. But you know what? His pride and joy is with him, his little granddaughter. And, you know, sometimes you have to put things in proper perspective in life, and I think he's got his in the right order. And he loves his Glen kids, but he also loves his grandkids. So, you know, and, you know, he's actually pretty mellow and pretty happy tonight, which is good to see because I think we said earlier about winning really brings out a lot of smiles. It cures a lot of ills, and the team has done just about what they've been asked to do tonight, so it's been fun. He thinks if they can maybe get another score on the board, they may be able to put this game away. But, you know, what did Yogi say? It ain't over till it's over?
That's right.
Or if you're an English teacher, it's over until it's over.
There you go.
Because there ain't no such word as ain't.
Yes.
You ain't serious, is you? I hope there's no English teachers listening to that one.
Okay, the scoreboard says 18-minute halftime show. So you guys are going to have to fill for 18 minutes. And my instruction is you cannot repeat yourself.
Cannot repeat ourselves.
There will be a test after the game. And no matter if you pass or fail, you're going to come back and do another game. So, but you will be tested.
I understand. I got you.
So I'm going to sit down here on the bench and enjoy this band and let you guys talk to the cows come home.
All right. Well, what we're going to do first is go to a quick commercial, Mike. How's that?
10-4.
Pay the bills.
There you go.
You get that racing 10-4 in there?
Actually, that was a trucker's 10-4, Mike.
No, that was racing 10-4.
Is your business going to die alone? Never meet the customers of its dreams? Just sit on the couch crying into a carton of ice cream while other businesses are out there thriving? New Expression can help. Without the right marketing, you're a wallflower. Without a great website, you're not going to turn heads. And without social media, you don't even have a friend to tell people what a great personality you have. New Expression can give your business a total brand makeover and get you out there, attracting customers. It used to be about who had the biggest ad in the phone book. Today, customers hit the web to locate and research before they call. If Google isn't steering customers to your site or they're not impressed by what they see, you're missing out. New Expression does web design and can provide a free analysis to see how your site stacks up against the competition. Don't have time to constantly update social media? Want cool custom apps and graphics? New Expression can help there too. From print design to mobile marketing to online presence to brand identity, New Expression can help you express yourself. Find out more at nuexpression.com.
Hey, it's Big E, and I'm here with the 2013 Barbecue Pitmasters Alabama champions, Ricky Wayne and Pig Daddy of Bibbs Downtown. Gentlemen, what's it like being reality stars?
Hey, it's almost as good as Bibbs Ribs, baby.
We're not Eastern or Western. We're Western.
I'll tell you one thing, I never trust a skinny cook, and these guys got it going on.
Hey, you can bring your family in, or if you like Biggie, come on in on Friday and get your Bibbs fixed.
It's barbecue with a downtown vibe.
They've got dine-in, takeout, catering, and a private event space. Be sure to follow them on Twitter and Facebook, and you can always check them out at BibbsDowntown.com.
All right. Well, as we're sitting here watching the Parkland band do their halftime show, playing all the greatest tunes for us here, Mike's taking a nap.
It's pretty sweet. Yeah, I think Mike's enjoying his off time there, so we're just going to let him relax and everything. But so far, so good for the Bobcats. I mean, the offense has been looking like it's clicking very well, and probably, honestly, had chances to maybe even have 28, if not more, on the board. I mean, we're definitely happy with the 21. Don't get me wrong, but you know, with the way I am, I always want more, more, and more. But hey,
you coaches
21,
are all alike.
Yeah, I know. But 21-0, you can't be too upset with that. And kind of like what Mike was saying, I'm sure Coach Payne is very pleased, but I'm also sure that I know Coach Payne pretty well now after the year or so I've been around him, that he's going to not be satisfied and go in and talk to the guys about getting better every play. Obviously want to cut out the penalties. I mean, you can't be successful, have good drives going, and then shoot yourself in the foot like we've done tonight a few times.
Yeah, a few of those penalties, as you said, could have been averted. You know, just a little pay attention to what's going on around and go from there. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No.
I was going to say that if the defense plays like they did in the first half and shuts Parkland down like they have in the second half, it's going to be a good day at school Monday morning, isn't it?
Oh yeah, most definitely. That's a great way to start the school year out. So win, and looks like we might have that, knock on wood and everything tonight. So coming back to school on Monday for the first day of school will be great. You know, obviously from a coaching standpoint too. I mean, Monday practices, you know, after a win should be always better, and the kids be more upbeat and ready to go. You know, that's a lot better than coming back from a Friday where you took a tough loss or anything like that.
It's much easier to explain a victory than it is a loss.
Exactly. So now that the Parkland Marching Mustangs have stepped off the field, we now have our Glen Bobcats band onto the field. I believe Mike's going to let us listen in.
No, what I'm actually going to do, I've got a young race car driver sitting beside me who's my spotter here on the sideline, Mr. Luke Akers, and we've been talking about NCQMA, and Luke is an NCQMA driver. He's a hard-working young man, being helping me on the sideline. But Luke, you got a big day tomorrow, I think, down in Salisbury.
Yes, sir.
And what is that?
Racing at the Cup race.
And the Cup race is a special race that they have for the classes where you actually get a nice trophy if you win.
Yes, sir.
And you're going to try to win one of them.
Yes, sir, hopefully.
Well, how do you think your car is going to respond tomorrow? Has your crew chief done anything to help you this week?
He has. He's done some things, but the car response should be good because sometimes I like a tight car, but I like it to steer easy, so the car should be good tomorrow.
So there you go. Mr. Luke Akers says that his crew chief, Kirby Purvis, has actually done something to help him tomorrow. So we're going to be broadcasting live from the track, and we're going to be able to either report that, yes, he did do something good for Luke's car, or he went the wrong direction.
What I actually did was hired a new crew chief.
You know what? Crew chiefs are paid a lot of money, and they're paid to make good decisions, and that was a great one.
There you go.
Nice.
As team owner, it's a better decision for me to hire someone.
There you go.
But you're spending your own money, so you still have the final decision.
Yeah, well, we still got some room left on the side of the trailer for sponsorships. We're still looking.
There's probably a lot of race car drivers looking for sponsorship. I want to give a shout out to a young man that you know very well, Kirby, is Ryan Repko. I went out to Hickory Motor Speedway this morning to do some photos of Ryan, and he was testing his limited sportsman late model car. And Ryan has, he set all kinds of records at NCQMA in a quarter midget car. Just a great, not only a great driver, but just a wonderful young man. And he's trying to, move up the ranks of racing. And I just wish him the best, because he's such a great young man that has a lot of talent, comes from a good family. They're just, you always want to root for people that are really putting their heart and soul into something. And Ryan is certainly a special young man as far as I'm concerned.
Yes, sir, he is. And that family has been very, very influential with the NCQMA and quarter midget racing in North Carolina. Ryan, like you said, is a great young guy. He's always got a smile on. He's, hi, how are you doing? And he loves being behind the wheel. I think I made this comment on one of these interviews I did one time about him, that he come out of his quarter midget and got in that sportsman and goes, man, this thing's slow.
Yeah, it's a lot different trying to drive a big stock car versus a quarter midget, and everything happens so quickly in the quarter midget car that he was saying that he was amazed how slow things happen when you're in a big car, how slow it spins, how slow it, just everything is slower.
Yes, sir.
We're going to hold the mic up here on the sideline and let the fans enjoy some of the Glen Bobcat marching band as they perform on the halftime activities here. So let's stay tuned, and we'll have some of the have you listen to some of the music. That was the Glen Marching Bobcats in their first performance of the 2014 school year here at the halftime of the Parkland Glen football game. Did either one of you gentlemen ever play in a band?
Yes, sir. Sure did.
What instrument did you play?
I actually was a trumpet player.
Obviously, you were good at it.
I don't know. I just attempted to play.
You attempted to play. You probably can hear the music in the background. We're sitting here on the sideline, and the marchers are going by us with the drums beating and the tubas playing, and it's a Bobcat fight song. That was a nice halftime performance. These kids have been coming out here, even though school hasn't started. You can come on the campus during the week and you'll hear them over in the parking lot practicing. And these musicians put in a lot of time, and it's not as easy as it looks from up in the press box what they do and how much time they put into obviously learning how to play an instrument and also marching and doing all the routines that they do on the field. It was quite enjoyable. So they also had the Parkland band was also on the field earlier, and it was neat that both bands sat on the sideline and kind of rooted for each other when they were out on the field playing. So that was a great gesture.
It was. I noticed that because Parkland was sitting over there, and I noticed them clapping and cheering. That was very impressive and great sportsmanship. Great sportsmanship even passes down to the bands as well as all the athletics.
I'm going to have to get out of the way because the team is coming back and they want their bench. You don't think they would confuse me for a player and grab me by the shirt and put me out on the field, do you?
I'm pretty sure they wouldn't, Mike. I'm pretty sure. I'm going to go with no, they wouldn't.
That's probably a good answer, a real good answer. So we got about 4.5 minutes before the teams are going to line back up for the third quarter. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Spencer, we will get the ball here in the third quarter because we deferred our choice after winning a toss.
You are correct. We did defer. We did defer in the opening coin toss, so we will be receiving the ball here to begin the second half. Hopefully, maybe we can put some more points on the board real quick and really put Parkland out of the game for good.
Well, putting 21 points on the board in the first half is a novelty, I'd say, for Glen football the last couple of years. They've struggled a little bit on offense. And as Coach or Mr. Tradick was saying, we were known for good defenses the last couple of 3 years. We've had a few athletes that went on to play D1 football from our defensive side of the ball here at Glen, and our offense sometimes maybe struggled a little bit. But with these young running backs that he has, I mean, they're unbelievable. And I also want to say that Jordan Jarrell's done a tremendous job of running the offense. I think he's been told, your job is to play within yourself. Do not do anything foolish, and just let our skilled players do what they do best. And I think they've answered the bell, very, very good tonight. And even the line that we've been concerned about being small and not able to open those holes, I think they've held their own out there. And I know the coaches have made a couple of comments here on the sideline that they've been really pleased with how the offensive line has performed. And I know you guys have a better vantage point up in the box there, but you've probably seen some of the blocks that have created just enough opening for these fleet-footed running backs that you pick up enough yards. I know one of the things Coach Payne has tried to tell these players is that we just want to get 4 yards of the crack. If you get 4 yards of the crack, you're going to keep the chains moving and you're going to get a touchdown.
Yeah, most definitely, Mike. That's kind of what I was thinking. I mean, as quick as we are in the backfield, if they can just get a seam, just a little bit of a seam to run through, man, they could really set it off. They could really get down the field in a hurry. You just got to give them just enough room to run through.
And I was deferring back to the interview you did with Coach Payne earlier in the week. He kept saying, "We're not that big. Did I tell you we're not that big? But we're fast.
Yeah, he was joking about that all summer and all preseason that we just don't have any size. But he says if we can capitalize on our speed that we're going to, we may shock some people. And I think, obviously we don't know how good Parkland is. Like Coach Payne said here at halftime, that Parkland's a much better team than what the scoreboard shows. But as high school athletes come out in any game situation, you never know how they're going to react. You never know how they're going to respond. And Kyle, you've probably seen kids you thought were going to be state champions in wrestling, but sometimes they leave it in the locker room and they come out on the mat and they don't do very well.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, like we said, they're kids. You don't know what's going on in their head. They could come out and you coach them up as much as you can possibly, and they come out. If they're flat, and there's nothing you can really do about it sometimes. So it's hard to say. But
I noticed our long snapper, Mr. Wall, is out there. Kirby had mentioned here in pre-games. He's definitely got that long snapping down to an art. He does a real good job. Spiral right to the kicker, and those are little things that sometimes a team doesn't really. They kind of overlook special teams. They overlook a punter. They overlook the snapper, and you could lose ball games on a bad snap, and that's a very critical part. I mean, kids get scholarships nowadays to be snappers. They get drafted by the NFL to be snappers because it's an art.
Most definitely. I can remember being up at App and the NFL scouts coming to watch a few of our guys, and it was kind of weird. They were in the gym, and I was like, why are these guys in the gym? And all of a sudden, I look over there, and this guy's just like snapping the mess. The best way to put it, the mess out of the ball back to our punter, and there was like 2 or 3 NFL scouts just sitting there timing them, watching the rotation of the ball, how quick it got back to the punter or the holder for a extra point or field goal kick. That's something big now that is not overlooked and is very much valued on up in the college and NFL ranks.
It's a specialty that when a team gets a good one, he'll be noticed. And it's like punting. I mean, I thought our punter did a tremendous job here in the first half. The kickoffs I've been really pleased with because he's put the ball down inside the 10-yard line, and that one went out of bounds, I think, inside the 10 on one of the touchdowns. But, that's a concern you always have because, kicking is not something that everybody wants to grow up and be a kicker. And when you go to high school and you try to find somebody that's willing to kick and can do it efficiently, that's just a big plus for your ball club because, kicking is you ask these NFL field goal kickers that make big money, they miss the field goal. The next year they're wearing a different color uniform.
Yeah,
this is
if
true.
If at all.
Yeah. I went to high school with a guy and he also went to Clemson University. I might add there. I'm gonna throw that.
Is that a D1 or a D9 school? Clemson.
Yeah. But he was Dale Hatcher, who he played for he played for Miami and he played for the Rams. He was highly sought after, more so than our quarterback was coming out of high school. So,
well, I have a memory of Clemson Tigers football back in 1982 when they played my Nebraska Cornhuskers in the Orange Bowl, and they beat the Cornhuskers.
Yes, sir.
And ever since that day, and it's funny how I end up at a school now. It's blue and orange, and it's a Bobcat. They got the claw in their helmet. And every now and then I kind of have to stop and do a double take and say, that's not Clemson, I hope so. Yeah. But really, Clemson's a great school, great athletics, and just a lot of, I always kick Kirby because I'm a diehard Carolina fan because I grew up here back in the heyday of the basketball programs, and my grandson just started NC State 2 days ago, and he's trying to convince me to wear red shirts now, so I got to figure out a way to make everybody happy, I guess. But I'm going to still be a Tar Heel fan.
Mike, have you ever gone to an NC State home football game?
I have not gone to an NC State game.
I'm telling you right now, if you go to an NC State home football game out there with the tailgaters, I know you say you're hardcore Carolina, but that's like, to me, I mean, I know you've been in Nebraska, and they're huge fans up there, tailgating and everything, but it's a great environment. NC State, the state fairgrounds out there, it's a great tailgating environment, along with Clemson. Clemson's another
go to a rally in the valley, man. Come on.
Great tailgating as well.
Well, when I went to that Orange Bowl game, it was Danny Ford was the coach. Mm-hmm. And I have never liked that man since he beat my Cornhuskers.
All right, well, Parkland's lining up to kick the ball off, start of the second half. back deep for the Glen Bobcats. We have, I believe, number 3, Kiera Meredith. I believe DJ Miller's back there as well. And it's a little short hop, almost onside kick, recovered by the Bobcats. I believe that was actually that was
that a design play maybe,
I don't know,
or was
that Damian Dotson was right there, quick to catch it. So the Bobcats are going to start out with great field position.
Bobcats will have it first and 10 from their own 42-yard line.
On the 42-yard line.
If that was an onside kick, it was not executed very well. Usually you want to top the ball and let it take a few bounces. He kicked that ball in the air right to our guy up on the front line, and easy play. Luckily, we didn't drop the ball, so now we have a short field, which is always good to start a second half with.
Yep. Seems that Gerald is going back out at quarterback, lining up in the shotgun position. No, he's going under center with Kiera Meredith right behind him. Got kind of slots to the left and right. Pinkos to the far left. Got a little motion. Again, Kiera up the middle. Not much of a gain. Great play by number 5, Cam Wagner, linebacker for the Parkland Mustangs there, making the stop. Not much past the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be second down and a long 9 for the Bobcats. So let's see what Coach Stevens cooks up here in this long second down play. Gerald's back to the shotgun. Got double slots again. Single receiver to the right, running back. A little bootleg. Pass. Caught. No. Did the officials see it? Yeah, they did see it. Unfortunately, Pinkos did not pull it in. That would have been a first down for the Bobcats. Not a terrible pass by Gerald. Definitely a catchable ball. Pinkos should have came away with that catch and picked up the first down for the Bobcats. Unfortunately, though, now we got 3rd and 9 for the Bobcats. Stevenson's calling in the signals and plays. All the skill positions are looking over to line up. Gerald barks some calls to the offensive line. It's in the shotgun. Trips left. I believe Stevens has called it off again. We're going to audible out. Something else. Still keeping the trips to the left. Now we're going to call a timeout. I don't think Coach Stevens is very happy.
Game on the Bobcats.
They're going to call a delayed game. I don't think they saw the timeout.
Oh.
But I also noticed something this year, just on this particular play on the offensive line, how disciplined they were, because sometimes when you hesitate getting the play off, the linemen are just on their three-point stands ready to go, and they'll move the arm or something. And we did it last year all the time. So I was kind of, I just want to say that the line is really paying attention. But unfortunately, they did rescind the penalty and they charged a timeout to the Bobcats, so it'll still be 3rd and 10. But I know Coach Stevenson was trying to send in a play from the sideline, and just time expired. So that was something that was an Achilles heel last year. Delay a game penalty. So I know the coaches are really working hard on that and making sure that the kids are paying attention, ready to go.
Yeah, you mentioned the offensive line. I believe that's Coach Herring is our new offensive line coach here at Glen, and I think he's, a former college player himself. I think he must be doing a great job of getting those guys focused on what their job is and staying disciplined once they get up to the line to be ready when the ball's snapped and when Gerald calls the signals out and everything. So the Bobcats are going back out. We didn't lose any yardage there. We did get the timeout, so it's 3rd and 9. We got trips right now, single receiver to the left, back in the backfield with Gerald. Gerald takes the snap, bootlegs out to the right a little bit, little trouble.
Little run.
Oh, he's close. Oh, not going to get a very good, not going to get a great spot here. We're going to be on Bobcat 49 with 4th down and about 4 to go. Looks like Stevens is sitting in the punt unit, unfortunately, and I don't think he's too happy about that. So we're going to be punting the ball away with 11:20 as the clock runs down in the 3rd quarter here to the Parkland Mustangs with number 14, Desmond Dilworth. And we got a flag again on the play. I think we had some equipment issues there. So now that's going to back us up 5 more yards. Mental errors.
Looks like DJ Miller has got a little cramping issue here over on the sideline. The trainers
It's a 5-yard penalty.
Are
Still 4th down.
attending to his situation, so I'm sure with this humidity, and you tell these kids over and over, hydrate, and it always, rears its ugly head if you don't do what you're supposed to.
Punt away. It's going to be downed at the Parkland 24. Good punt there. Took a little long, though, once he got the snap. It was a little kind of a high snap, but it wasn't nothing he couldn't have handled. Hopefully, again, that's one of them things, first game, you'll work to improve on between now and next week and making sure that those snaps and catches are clean and getting that punt away quicker and everything. So we're going to have first down for the Parkland Mustangs coming out of their own 24-yard line, going back to that I formation with Polk under center.
That was working for him earlier.
Polk's dropping back, looking for a pass. He makes the catch to his wide receiver, Kobe Young. Kobe Young started the game out, starting in the tailback position, and they had some success with the Isaiah Mitchell, number 7 for Parkland, but now I think they're going back with Kobe in the backfield.
Tackle was made by number 23. It's like Q Evans, is that right?
Yes, that's right, Q. Back in I, twins to the left for Parkland, single receivers to the right. Little dive play up the middle. I believe that's going to be given to the fullback there, J.J. Hines for Parkland. He's met by a host of Bobcat tacklers there.
J.J. is a younger brother of T.J. Hines, who was a state qualifier in wrestling when he was here a couple years ago.
Oh, so J.J. is
T.J.'s little brother.
And moved to Parkland.
Yeah, they live right across the street from Deaton Thompson Stadium, so they're just right down the street from the school. So that's where he is at, and I think TJ is down at UNC Charlotte, I believe.
Little handoff, a little met in the backfield by the Bobcat defense.
They timed that one right coming through there. I saw him moving up on that one.
That's Mr. Reggie Caldwell making the first contact on the running back. That kid was here last year. That fullback for Parkland was a freshman here last year.
Lining back up. Looks like they got a few issues. Got a timeout being called.
Didn't move.
Like a little malfunction with the equipment there. Back under center. Looks like he hadn't got to play.
It's like the Mustangs are calling timeout. I don't think they got what they wanted there. What? Our sheet is in roster? Yeah. Not on me. Theirs.
Take this opportunity to wish a happy birthday to Boomer.
I don't know what's up with that. That kid was here last year. Let's stay up and move. All right, we had a break. It's like Parkland called timeout. They're back on the field, lined up, ready to go. Bobcat defense getting back on the field, getting lined up. So we got fourth and about a long 4. So Parkland's going to be punting this away with 9:12 left in the third quarter. Kick is off. Not a great kick.
Very short and high.
Short and high. Got a decent Mustang roll. Probably going to roll dead at about the Bobcat 45. So the Bobcats will have good field position coming out. Hopefully maybe we can capitalize this time and not shoot ourselves in the foot with penalties or any mishaps with equipment issues or anything like that. Be interesting. I think we need to. Coach Stevens might have a counter or two up his sleeve here. Probably that's what's been most successful here for the Bobcat offense tonight.
I think the Bobcats need to do something exciting to wake up the crowd again. They've kind of fallen asleep here in the stands.
We'll motion. We'll end around to DJ Miller. Not much happening on that end around there for DJ. Maybe
DJ
a yard
Miller with the
and
carry
a
for the
half.
Bobcats.
Time for a reverse.
Time for a reverse.
They got the Parkland defense is really following that first handoff, and everybody's moving to the right. We need to shake things up a little bit.
Oh, guys.
There's a penalty flag.
I was going to say they got away with that one.
No, got a false start probably on the Bobcats, so that's going to make it instead of 2nd and 9.
That was the freshman running back, Razak. He stutter-stepped a little bit, and once he moved, the referee standing right in front of the Bobcat bench, he reached in and threw his flag. So that's another. It was a freshman mistake. I mean, the kid's is his first high school football game, and sometimes you get a little anxious. See, I told you he was fast. He was so fast, he was going to run the play before they even called it.
Yeah, exactly. Mustangs actually declined that, so we're going to lost it down 3rd and 9. Waiting for the officials. Waiting for the signal. Coach Stevens. Gerald's in shotgun. Doubles to the left and right. Back in the backfield. Snap. Looking like we're going to pass. Gerald scrambling around a little bit. Throws it out of bounds. And we're going to get illegal grounding. Wow.
Wasn't he outside the...
He definitely looked like he was not only outside the box. There was somewhat of a receiver near him. I don't think the official saw it that way, Mike.
But he did throw the flag right behind the spot where Jordan was brought down. But I don't think that was... Well, obviously there was no receiver there. They're going to call intentional grounding, loss of down. And
yep, 4th down. So it's going to be a 4th and honestly forever. So we're definitely going to be punting. Bobcats going to punt from about the their own 32-yard line. There's 8:19 left to go in the 3rd quarter. So we're going to punt it here, give it back to the Mustangs again. Number 14, Desmond Dilworth for the Mustangs is back deep.
To punt it away for the Bobcats.
Let's see how the snap and everything goes this time. Hopefully a lot smoother. We got a little trouble here. The Bobcats are still getting players onto the field and everything. Now they're lined up, ready to go. And again, we got a whistle, another flag. Is it laundry day? No.
Got grass stains all over that flag today.
Now we got all sides on the Mustangs.
I think
walk
we got
it back 5.
We have a case of yellow fever on the referee's part.
I don't know. I think Nick Wagner jogging onto the field for the Bobcats. I'm pretty sure from what Coach Carter was saying to him in a very expressive fashion. I think he was supposed to be out there on the punt team that time, Mike. Just letting you know.
I didn't hear the call.
Whoa, that was a long over.
Get rid of it. There you go. And they hit the punter. Sorry. Not going to get. Sorry, I'm on the radio.
I think once the snap is over his head, it's free to hit because it's a free ball.
Wow.
So it wasn't like roughing the kicker.
So with that high snap, we did get the punt off though. So give kudos to Dalton Curler for that. But Parkland's going to have best field position they've had on the night. They're going to be on the Bobcat 42-yard line going in from right to left if you're on the home side of the Bobcat field. 8:04 left in the 3rd quarter. Bobcats up 21-0. Bobcat defense coming. Little swing pass out for the Mustangs, and that's trouble. That could be. We caught him.
Good catch.
I believe that was number 7, Isaiah Mitchell, on the run for the Mustangs. I'm pretty sure that was Hawkins that ran the running back down.
Looks like they're going to spot it close to the 4 on
4-yard line. Not good. Not good. You can't. Again, mental errors, bad snap, better build position for the opponent, and they're capitalizing off of it here, folks. Just 1st and goal for the Mustangs. 1st down. Mustangs are going with a they're going back to the eye. Their bread and butter formation, I guess.
That's what they've been lucky on all night, or I'd say lucky.
Now they have the Mitchell running back in the tailback, so let's see if they hand it to him, and they do.
And he fumbled.
Oh, fumble. We got a fumble, folks. We got a turnover. Bobcats say they have the ball. Fumble on about the 3-yard line.
No,
unfortunately, no, the referee's holding up the 2nd down. So
he's signaling 2nd down. So
2nd down. So Mustangs retain the ball. It'll be 2nd down and goal for the Mustangs on about the 3.5-yard line. Thought we might have had a turnover there. Thought we might have caught a break there, but unfortunately we didn't.
That would have been something to build the excitement back that Mike was talking about.
Yeah.
Getting the fire back in the guys coming back in.
Hopefully Coach Carter's caught up a good defensive scheme here to stop this play. Another handoff. Nice hit. Got to wrap up. Nice hit in the backfield by Donald Carter Jr. And I don't think Donald Carter likes the fact they didn't wrap up, but Still made the stop. So we're going to have third down and about the same.
And the Bobcats holding them good on that goal line defense down there.
And I'm kind of glad Coach Carter doesn't have any hair, because if he did, he'd already pulled it out by now.
What is that dance he's doing?
That was a nice two-step. That was nice.
He has given his son some fatherly advice on, like you said, Kyle, you need to wrap up. If you penetrate the line and you hit the running back 3 yards deep, you should nail him right there in the backfield.
Well, while we got the break in the action, Mike, I just want you to know that the man, the myth, and the legend, Steve Edwards, has walked up into the booth here tonight and graced us with his presence.
You know, I heard a rumble, and that's what it was.
Did you hear a rumble?
It was Coach Edwards making his presence known here at the football game.
Exactly. No, it wasn't Coach Carter down there giving us two steps. It was Steve Edwards walking up into the booth. So we got Parkland Mustang third down on the 3-yard line, 3rd and goal. 6:58 to go in the third quarter. Your Bobcats are up 21-0. Hopefully the Bobcats can make a stop here. A snap. Quarterback's dropping back. Little pass. Intercepted. Looks. No. Officials are waving it off. Looked like the Bobcats have made another great play and got a turnover here deep in their own territory, but unfortunately it looks like they did not come up with a catch.
It was another excitement moment that's probably going to help bring the crowd back around for us and get the crowd involved with the game.
Well, we got fourth down here, and the Mustangs seem to be going for it. Hopefully maybe the Bobcats, like we said, can get some excitement here and make a stop here on fourth down. But Mustangs are still going back to that I formation. The Twins left. A little bootleg, naked bootleg.
Oh, there he's.
Quarterback trying to make the play.
Under pressure.
And look who makes the play. Mr. Hawkins, number 5.
Now we've
makes
got excitement.
A great play in the open field. Quarterback tried to make a move on Hawkins, and Hawkins was not having it, forcing the quarterback out of bounds at about the Bobcat 14-yard line. So we're going to have 1st and 10 on the Bobcat 14-yard line going left to right if you're on the home side of the field with 6:41 left to go in the third quarter. Great stand by the Bobcat defense. Saw the adversity, met it.
Fought through it.
Exactly.
Because they fought that one tooth and nail, Kyle. They
did. I was hoping they would, because I don't know what Coach Carter might have done to some of them if they didn't. But great stand, great play calling by Coach Carter and the defensive staff there. And let's say maybe if the offense can get something going here and keep this excitement going for the Bobcat Nation and know we're going to false start.
Flag.
Maybe it was offside. No. What are we doing?
They're going to say that the play clock expired, but I don't know if they ever reset it.
They never reset the clock.
They never reset it, and it showed a 0 on the board, they never.
That's not possible. But
Coach Stevenson's given that motion that they didn't reset it, but you know what? One of the baseball umpires told me one time the reason it was the right call is because the referee made it.
Exactly. There's unfortunately no challenges in high school athletics. We got Gerald under center, a little motion, and we got a busted play, folks. Unfortunately, Gerald is sacked.
Looks like at the 1
yard line. I don't know what happened there. There was definitely some miscommunication between Gerald and the running back. So he had a running back coming around the end. Looked like he was going to hand it off to him, and the running back might have just been out of Gerald's reach to give him the ball. So, honestly, probably smart move by Gerald, not extending his arms and giving up a chance of a fumble and just kind of dropped down as the defensive players are coming in. Gerald's under center. Got 2 backs in motion, boys. That's
another
not good.
Flag in the air.
That's going to be a illegal motion by the Bobcats, unfortunately, as we got a run down the field. A heck of a run by, again, Kier Meredith, but it's going to come back.
Yeah, it's going to come back because we had 2 guys in motion. But did you see how Kier, once he got an open field and he broke off those tackles, you're not going to arm tackle Kier Meredith. He's just too quick. He's got too strong legs, and what it could have been, but now it's going to come back all for naught because, as you said, there were two members of the Bobcat backfield in motion at the same time, and a lot of that is freshman. That's first football game period in high school. Then you got DJ Miller, who was a JV player last year, and they're getting used to to what's going on, and we'll just see how they can respond to this. They got a long ways to go.
Yeah, we got a 2nd and long here, Mike. from the Bobcat 1.5 yard line. Hopefully, maybe we just at least there you go. Nice. You can't. Some people here would be a armchair quarterback and fuss and rant and rave because Coach Stevens has called a quarterback sneak up the middle. But folks, that's smart football right there. He's getting the ball out of the bad area, that 1 yard line. He got it out to the 5 now. It's third down. At least he gave his quarterback and his back some room to work with where they're not backs up against a wall in the end zone there. Had a Bobcats offense run a dive again up the middle. Third down. Again, like I just said before, most armchair fan parents are going to say, why didn't you throw the ball? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? Well, lots of times when you try something risky, folks, inside your 10, you're going to bad things will happen. So my kudos and my hats off to Coach Stevens there, playing it smart, just trying to get the ball up the field a little bit by running that dive up the middle.
And with a lead of 21-0, is why blow it, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's 4:40 counting down. You're up 21-0. You don't need to risk it right now. Get the ball out. Great kick, end over end kick. Hits at about the 35. Parkland kid gets on the 40. Making a nice run up the sidelines, all the way back down to the original line of scrimmage at about the 2 yard line, folks. We got a melee of Bobcat players.
There's a yellow flag on the laying on the 2.5 yard line on the far side of the field. So referee's coming over to give his signal.
Hopefully it's illegal blocking the back.
Illegal procedure against.
Where did that come from?
That was a weird.
Yeah,
strange call.
We still got a Bobcat player down the field. Where's our trainer at?
And we got another player over here. Actually, Donald Carter. Donald Carter is on the knee trying to get his breath. I don't know if he got his bell rung on that play or not.
Number 54, Austin Wall, was limping coming off as well.
Yeah, I think Parkland might have had a wall set up on that right side, and those guys ran right into that wall. If you're not familiar with what I'm saying is on punt returns, typically the return team's going to set up a wall to one side or the other, whatever side the returner's coming on, and those guys line up. As the guys line up, your defensive guys are coming in the opposite direction, and you can really waylay somebody not looking, coming the other way.
Like Donald Carter Jr. there has a problem with his left arm. As they were coming off, Coach had him. Coach Carter was trying to get him to lift it. Looks like he's got favoring it pretty hard there.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, our defense, the Bobcat defense, is going back out again with their backs extremely up against the wall. Parkland Mustangs have a 1st and goal on about the 2.5, 3 yard line. And they're going to, I'm just going to take a wild guess, line up in the eye. Now they have Mitchell at fullback. Let's watch the dive, guys. I hope the coaching staff is seeing that. Nope, they hand it off to the tailback, 22. Kobe Young met with a host of Bobcat defenders. Thought maybe Parkland was going to hit the quick dive with the fullback with Mitchell there, number 7 in that position.
It looked like from my vantage point, looked like that lead blocker, that lead back, was actually leaning forward at the snap of the ball. So referees need to watch that backfield so they don't get a head start on things.
Yeah, Parkland in the eye again. Oh. Okay, I think, unfortunately, the Bobcats have been called offsides trying to get a blitz, and the Mustang quarterback recognized it and hit a hard count. So I believe the Bobcats are going to be penalized offsides, but it's not really going to go anywhere because they're so close to the end zone. Okay, so we got 2nd and goal, short distance to the end zone, 3:47. Parkland driving, a little quarterback dive. No signal yet, folks. It looks close.
Parkland saying yes.
Parkland saying yes. I didn't see a side judge, but the official back behind everything said touchdown. So go figure on that.
That the same one that was not making that other call? I'm sorry, did I say that out loud?
I didn't hear a thing. I didn't hear a thing, Curb. But, yeah, we got a Parkland touchdown. And that'll make the score 21-6 with 3:25 left to go in the third quarter. Parkland is now on the field to attempt the extra point.
Kicks away.
Kick looks good.
It's good.
Hard kick. Good hard kick through the uprights. So with 3:25 left to go in the third quarter, folks, we have a 21-7 ball game. Your hometown Bobcats are up 21-7. Hate to see that. Hopefully those guys on the defense keep their heads up. They've been playing a great game. Like Coach Payne said earlier, like any good coach is going to say, you got to play from whistle to whistle. You got to play all four quarters in football. And unfortunately, right there, I think the Bobcats made some mistakes, lost some focus, and they need to get back on track here so we don't give these Mustangs a chance to make a game of this.
And it looks like the coach is down trying to get them fired back up and get them back in the game.
Yeah, what the Bobcats got to realize is that if they scored 21 points in the first half, then certainly the Mustangs can come right back and do the same thing. So it's always, you got to play the whole game. I mean, until the whistle blows at the end, you got to give 100%. And there's been a few, I think, mental lapses on the part of the Bobcats. That high snap by Austin Wall is absolute. You never see that. Just whatever was on his mind, it wasn't snapping that ball back to the punter. And those little things, when you're up by 2 touchdowns, it's okay to make those kind of mistakes, but you have to learn from it.
Nice little pooch kick, smart.
Out of bounds.
You don't see that a lot, but in the few years I did coach, our head coach, Kevin Gillespie, the head coach of Page High School, he was really big on place kicking off kickoffs like you saw there, pooching those things up in gaps, trying to make a turnover.
So the referees are over here right in front of the Bobcat bench, and they're getting the exact place to spot the ball from Coach Aldine Payne and Coach Gary Payne and all the coaches. That whenever those referees come over to the Bobcat sideline, you want to make sure you get all your words of encouragement into the referees, because you never know when you might need a favor.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
You always want them on your side. Unfortunately, sometimes that doesn't always work out. All right, Gerald's under center. Got a quick pitch to the right. Met by one defender. Ooh.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the Bobcat goes down on the play back in the backfield. That was Kier Meredith tackled for about a 1-yard loss there. Bobcats got to pick it up. Offensive line, I don't think, was really firing off the ball there. They've got to get their heads in the game here and not slack off.
They looked a little sluggish coming off the line on that compared to where they were earlier.
Yeah.
It looked like the timing was off just a tad.
Gerald's back in the shotgun. Got trips left. Kier beside Gerald to the right. Fake the handoff. Oh. DJ Miller on the end. Gerald with the handoff to DJ Miller on the end around. Would have been a great play, but one Parkland Mustang defender got in the way. Can't remember exactly what number that was.
I think it was
number 5 or 31?
31, I think it
31.
was.
31. So Cortez Cruz, 31 for the Parkland Mustang, makes a great stop in the backfield, playing off the Bobcat blocker to make the tackle. Gerald gets the snap and shotgun. Again, the end around, same play. If it isn't broke, don't fix it. And we got a flag, and he's going all the way, folks. Hopefully,
there goes that speed again.
That's going to come back. The referee is motioning to the chain gang to stay put. They're going to go probably call a block in the back.
Yeah, illegal block in the back. Unfortunately, it was an illegal block in the back that probably had no effect on the play whatsoever.
And most of those penalties are that way. You hate to see that happen because they weren't going to catch DJ Miller. He was headed for the end zone. So
yeah, he hit that fifth gear, as we call that sometimes. He was in third in the backfield, fourth as he caught the corner, then he hit fifth and left everybody else behind him. Unfortunately, a stupid mistake.
Yeah, the coaches are. I won't tell you who the penalty's on, the young man over here, but he got an earful from a couple of coaches. It's unfortunate because, as you know, they don't go out and make these penalties on purpose.
No. Heat of the moment, things happen. Gerald back in shotgun, trips left again. Kiera Meredith to Gerald's right in the running back position. Gerald takes the snap. Again, we got another flag. Unfortunately, it's going to be illegal motion probably on the Bobcats, and it is. That's going to be another 5 yards, and I think Coach Stevens was about to run down to the end zone. So not very agreed with the call by the officials.
Yeah, as soon as that whistle blew, Coach Stevenson came almost out of his shoes because he thought everything was in sync on the field, and obviously, according to the guy in the striped shirt, it wasn't.
Yeah. Well, we got same formation, 3rd and about 16. Going to go pass. Gerald's going to go a nice ball. Nice catch by Pincos. He's at the 30, 25, 20, all the way down to the Mustang 15-yard line. Great call.
Did we say earlier that the Bobcats are going to be exciting this year?
Great call. Great call by Coach Stevens there. The Mustangs had to be expecting the end around or counter again, and Coach Stevens comes back with a little play action pass from Gerald to Pincos to get the Bobcat first down and driving on the Mustang 15. Gerald under center with the pitch to the right. Nice little run.
Pick up over a yard or two, maybe.
By, I believe that's Kier Meredith on the run there. Yeah, Kier, number 3. 2nd down for the Bobcats. Got about 5 yards to go.
With a minute and 13 remaining.
Another same thing. Pitch out to Kier. He's got the first down to about the almost 5-yard line. Good run by Kier. Stopped on the play by the Mustangs linebacker or outside linebacker Darrell Williams.
Under a minute left here.
Yes, counting down. Got about 52 seconds left. Counting down. I think we're going to have an official timeout. We got looked like a player down. I guess he's all right. I guess we're going to keep going here. 44 seconds left. Gerald's in the shotgun. There it is. The end of the round.
And
we're just not.
Oh, got another flag on the play.
We're just not kicking out that outside linebacker defensive end on that play.
I think they're going to call, might even been a face mask or a defensive holding.
Number 5, Cam West.
Face mask.
A little face mask on the Mustangs.
It may have been the inadvertent kind, but it's a 5-yard penalty. But
I believe number 5, Cam Wagner, for the Mustangs is down. Hopefully he's okay.
He was down before they ran that play, and I think you made a comment that they were going to be calling timeout, the official timeout, but they didn't.
Right.
I think they're trying to, quite honestly, I think the referees are trying to keep the clock moving because of the impending storms and the lightning that may be in the area.
Oh, really?
And that's probably, I mean, I have no reason to, nobody come told me that, but it seems like they, unless it's absolutely necessary, they're probably going to keep the clock running. And I'm sure they didn't see the injury. They didn't see the kid that was down on the ground, which in all cases, you need to stop the game when somebody's down injured on the field.
This is true.
He's getting attention from his first aid staff from Parkland High School, and they've got him up on his feet. It may be a case of he may have got the wind knocked out of him, or because actually, football is a contact sport, and they hit each other pretty hard.
Unlike back in your days when you guys had the leather helmets. And
no face masks.
No, we didn't even have helmets. We didn't even have face masks.
That explains a lot if you played football with no helmet.
How do you think I got to look the way I do? I mean,
You weren't born that way?
I looked like Robert Redford until I got in high school, and then I got beat up on the football field.
Now, did you guys carve your footballs out of wood, or what did you guys use?
No, that was the 1A schools. We were 4A. We used stones.
Oh,
and we didn't actually have a quarterback. We used a slingshot for passes.
I believe Coach Stevens is a Wildcat here with a
touchdown.
Look at that!
Ooh, close to a touchdown.
Wildcat formation
on
with,
the half-yard line.
With Kier Meredith taking the snap in the shotgun position. Picks up about 4 yards on the play. Something different we hadn't seen. Something always good to throw in there to make other schools have to worry about another type of offense or formation, and that's not good, folks.
That's
we had
not good at all.
Snap over Kier's head, but Kier's going to make something out of it.
And time run out.
And time runs out of the third quarter. Unfortunately, with that bad snap, Kier was able to turn around and make a run, but he only ran back to about the 9.5-yard line. So now we're going to have.
That was DJ Miller.
Is that DJ? I'm sorry. I apologize.
And the reason I know it was because when he came toward me, he stopped him. And like I said, they tried to avoid me.
Hey, Kyle, did you know that at Mike's school, the school colors were black and blue? And their school yell was, "Ow, that hurt."
Kirby, I'll take care of you tomorrow at the racetrack.
got a break in the action here, folks. It's the end of the third quarter. Your Glenn Bobcats up 21-7 over the Parkland Mustangs with 12 minutes left. 12 minutes going left because that's what a quarter is, 12 minutes, obviously. So we got the fourth quarter here to go at the new Marty Stanley Football Stadium and Sports Complex.
Be nice if the Bobcats could punch another score in here and maybe put a stop to some of the momentum that Parkland seems to have gained here because of some of the mistakes that several Bobcat players have made. And I'm sure that coaches are telling them, this game is not over just because you have a 2-touchdown lead. You need to put it in for another score. And Coach Stevenson's got his offense huddled up right off the edge of the sideline here and giving them instructions. And
well, now, Kyle, would it be safe to say that come Monday at practice there's going to be some laps run for these
I would
mistakes?
definitely say there are probably some sprints run. I know that 8 o'clock practice Coach Payne was talking about was kind of a bad one. They definitely had some sprints that day. I believe we got Gerald taking the snap, shotgun, little pitch, reverse. Oh, wow. Look at that.
That was a good run.
DJ Miller making
something out of nothing.
Exactly. Thank you. Took the words out of my mouth because there was nothing there, folks. He had Parkland defenders all around him, hit his own blocker in the back, bounced off, did a twist, ate a hot dog, and still gained about 3 or 4 yards in the play to get the ball back to about the 4-yard line. So we've got 4th and goal on the 4. Looks like Coach Stevens is sending in his field goal unit. It's 11:24 counting down in the fourth quarter. Hopefully the Bobcats can get some points here, get some momentum swung back our way. Snap. Kick is up.
It's good.
Kick is good. So with 11:12 left in the fourth, Glenn Bobcats are now up 24-7 on the Parkland Mustangs.
We're going to take a quick commercial break right here.
Hey, it's Biggie, and I'm here with the 2013 Barbecue Pitmasters Alabama champions Ricky Wayne and Pig Daddy of Bibbs Downtown. Gentlemen, what's it like being reality stars?
Hey, it's almost as good as Bibbs Ribs, baby.
We're not Eastern or Western. We're Western.
I'll tell you one thing, I never trust a skinny cook, and these guys got it going on.
Hey, you can bring your family in, or if you like Biggie, come on in on Friday and get your Bibbs fixed.
It's barbecue with a downtown vibe.
They've got dine-in, takeout, catering, and a private event space. Be sure to follow them on Twitter and Facebook, and you can always check them out at BibbsDowntown.com.
All right, and we're back, folks.
I got to get a word into Kirby real quick. Sorry to talk over you, Kyle. But Kirby, I appreciate you putting our sponsors' commercials on the air, and I love Bibbs to death. But you're just making me hungrier, man.
Well, I'm trying to throw hints.
Yeah, definitely hungry. So we got 11-12 left in the fourth quarter. Glenn's going to be kicking off from right to left. Kick is up. Kind of a short, high one. Called at about the 17. Parkland returner. He's going, folks. He's going.
That was a heads down tackle
by a kicker. And Parkland returns the ball to the Glenn about 49-yard line. So, again, the Mustangs have had way better field position comparatively to the first half. Here in the second half is a lot better. So let's see what they do with the ball. Again, in the I formation. Quarterback calling the signals. Looks like we have an end around to number 11. He's going around. Caught and tackled by, I believe that's Carter Jr. Greg Williams for Parkland was the ball carrier there. Stopped by Donald Carter about 5 yards down the field. Maybe give him about 5.5. So we got second down, about 4.5 to go. 10:40, counting down the fourth quarter left to go. Your Glenn Bobcats up 24-7. Pope goes under center for the Parkland Mustang. I formation. It's a snap. It's an off tackle. Tailback. Grinding it out. Met by a host of Bobcats. Pulled by his own player. Stopped probably 2 yards after made contact with the defense of the Bobcats. So we're going to have third and about 1.
Looks like the Bobcat defensive line is still trying to hold their own against the run.
They are. Just a few little seam there that the Mustangs were able to open up. There's a little counter again. Again on the run is 22 Kobe Young for the Mustangs, picking up the first down to about the 35-yard line. These Mustangs are driving.
Time for the Bobcats to get their line back together.
Yeah. Parkland snaps it again. Gap off to the right. Stopped pretty much immediately once to the line of scrimmage by the Bobcat defense. I believe Carter was there again on the play. So we're going to have 2nd and 10 for the Mustangs. 9:26 to go, counting down the fourth quarter. Parkland's checking their wristbands and their signals from their coaches. Bobcat defense lined up, ready to go. Parkland in the eye again. Snap. Quarterback drops back. A little quick slant caught by number 17, Tyquan Barnes. Gain of about 6-7 yards, making it 3rd and about 4 for the Mustangs. So it's going to put them on the Glen 29 going in.
Mustangs with a great drive so far in this half.
Yeah, this is about the most plays they put together in a row. Blitz by the Bobcats.
And denied again.
Yes. First Carter, I think, came through on the blitz. Didn't quite make the play, but he caused enough chaos to get the other Bobcats defenders in to make the play. So we got a 4th down here, folks, with about 5 yards to go for the first down. Looks like Parkland's going to go for it. 8:24 left in the fourth quarter.
They were unsuccessful the last attempt. They tried to go for it with the 4th and 5.
And we got a little movement. I believe the left tackle for Parkland lifted his hand up, and the official actually caught it this time. So it's going to be a 5-yard penalty for the Mustangs, making that 4th and 5.5 now 4th and 10. Parkland getting the signals in from their coach. Again, that I formation. Takes the snap. Quarterback drops back, looking
deep
for a post route. Overthrows. Good coverage by the Bobcats. Good coverage by the defensive backs there. I think Hawkins, of course, was there around the ball there. Good stop by the Bobcats. Good stop. Good defense. Good schemes by Coach Carter. And I hope that's not lightning over there. I'm seeing.
That's what we're seeing.
I can't believe. Wow. All right, so stop by the Bobcats on 4th down there. So the Bobcat offense is going to come back on the field with 7:56 left to go.
Did I hear Jim Cantori on the air talking about some weather?
Well, it looks like we've got a little weather trying to move in the area. I'm going to take my air meter here and show you what we're looking at.
Bobbled shotgun snap by the Bobcats. Gerald couldn't quite handle it, so he's going to fall down on the ball. So we're going to lose about 5 or 6 yards there, making it 2nd, about 16 for the Bobcats. That's going to put them on their own 29, driving out from right to left if you're on the home side of the Glen Bobcat field. Gerald's in shotgun, snaps the ball.
Another
flag for motion, even though this is going to be a great run, and he's probably going to take it. Number 3, Kiera Meredith makes a great run. Unfortunately, the officials are going to say that we were somehow in illegal motion, which I don't understand.
The only
illegal
motion
shift.
Was
illegal shift. Coach Stevens, who's former High Point Central alumni, some of this offense he's running reminds me of when I used to play against Coach Stevens. The High Point Central offense used to run that slot option. It's kind of like a lot of what a variation of what the Bobcats run tonight. So, and we definitely, I didn't see any penalties when they used to run by us and score up 10,000 points on us in high school. Hopefully we can get it straightened out here. So the Bobcats are going to be 3rd and 15 will be generous from what I'm seeing on the scoreboard. I'm going to say about 16 or 17. Again, the shotgun, motion.
The fake
Gerald's
handoff,
going
play
to
action.
bootleg, throw the pass. Is caught
back out to close to the original line of scrimmage, isn't it?
Yeah, caught by Kier Meredith. Probably a gain of about 4 yards, 3-4 yards. So, fortunately, still got a ways to go here, third down. Coach Stevens is going to have to come up with something here. We're going to go empty backfield, trips right, motion. Kier around to the right.
Has some blocking.
Back and past the original line of scrimmage, about up to the 36-yard line of the Bobcats. I'm pretty sure Coach Stevens is going to be calling in the punt team here. 4th and about 9. And there they go. The punt team's going out. Got 6:30 counting down in the fourth quarter. Bobcats up 24-7. You don't want to say be conservative or anything like that, but we still need to stay aggressive here. So hopefully we can put the Mustangs deep. Coach Carter can get his defense again going on the night and keep the Mustangs from the end zone anymore.
The defense has definitely come around in the second half to be a little more aggressive for a nice high kick.
Nice snap. Nice snap and great kick by the punter. No return. Good coverage by the punt team there. Again, like Mike was talking about earlier, cannot stress enough how important special teams are in football. Cannot overlook that. A lot of games could be won and lost with just play at special teams. So the Parkland Mustangs are going to have the ball on their own 39-yard line going left to right. 5:53 left in the fourth quarter, I formation. Quarterback drops back. Little swing pass to number 7. Evades one tackler, met by 2 or 3 other Bobcat defenders. It's going to Isaiah Mitchell on the catch there.
Gain of about 5 on that one.
Give him about 5 yards. I believe we have a player down. Hopefully he's okay. I believe it's a Parkland player.
We were just checking. We were checking to see if you had.
Checking to see if we had what?
It's a good check there, Mike. Good check.
Mike?
Over there. I just listen and say yeah and other stuff, and it looks.
All right.
His batteries are dead.
Oh.
His hearing aid's going out
It must be. So we got it's going to be second down for Parkland. Which is the ball on their own 43 going left to right. It's 5:41 left in the fourth quarter. 5:41 left in the game. Hopefully the Bobcat defense again can stay tough here and make a play. Be interesting to see next week the defense if C.J. Davis is able to play on the defensive front. We got a little counter.
There he is.
Nice stop in the backfield by the Bobcats.
Kirby, did you unplug my microphone?
No. Why would you ever think that, Mike?
Trying to drop you a hint, Mike.
That's okay. I'm having a good time either way.
There you go. Parkland in the eye, drops back for a pass. Glenn
He's
defender
under pressure.
coming,
Under
another one,
takes
and
it
a
down.
sack. Making the play, Mr. Hawkins.
Mr. Diedrich Hawkins.
That's right, the Hawk.
Is that his second one tonight? Second sack?
I believe so.
He's the one that
Sack,
stopped that drive for a
interception.
touchdown earlier.
Second sack, stopped a big play, interception on the night. Why has no school offered him anything yet? Blows my mind. He could be a heck of a player at the next level.
Don't you have some people at that?
He went up there for a day. I could, see what I could work out.
Looks like the Mustangs are actually going to punt the ball away here on a 4th and 6.
4th and 6 or 4th and about 17.
Well, the scoreboard, which is always about an hour and a half late, there's a horrible punt and line drive. Let it go.
It's going to roll, get a good Mustang roll to about the Bobcat 33-yard line. So with 4:12 left to go in the fourth quarter, Glenn is up 24-7 on the visiting Parkland Mustangs. The offense is going to go back out in the field, going right to left. Let's see what Coach Stevens does here. I'm going to take a wild stab and say he's going to run a counter once or twice or end around.
I'm going to go with he's going to shoot it up the middle.
He could shoot it up the middle. Could go with the dive.
Go 2 dives straight in a row and then bring it out for a pass.
I believe Coach Fowler, our baseball coach, assistant AD's on the field about lightning.
We have seen lightning, and they're going to make an announcement and stop the ball game, I think.
So, Mike, what kind of pay and overtime pay are we going to get for this tonight?
Well, you get your regular pay, and then for anything during lightning delays, you get triple time. So let's see. You said you weren't very good at math, but 3 times 0, you do the math.
Well, with that, I do have a 9-year-old, so I've been working on my multiplication tables here lately, so I know that is 0. Kind of like the same way when I was growing up, and I asked my dad for allowance, and he told me, "You're getting fed tonight, aren't you?" And I said, "Yes, sir."
Too many stupid penalties.
We're going to have a word here with Coach Payne as he's walking off the field. And Coach, you look like you've made a lot of mental mistakes and just things that you can't do against a good ball club.
No, and it's not it's one. It's the same one. And we can't play like that. We cannot do things like that. Our defense is playing their butts off. They're playing hard, doing a great job. But our offense, and the bad part about it, it's not a lineman. It's a skill position player, and the same one keeps doing it. And for some reason, we want to praise that. But I can tell you one thing. Come Monday, he will be in shape because they got to run a full gasser for every 5-yard penalty. So I'm going to tell you, he's got about 25 to run. But other than that, we play good.
And you're small.
Very small, but we're fast. But we're very small.
But you know what? I've been impressed with the special teams your kicker tonight.
Yeah, Dalton's done a great job, and we're good with that. So I'm happy for that. Thank you.
Thank you. That was Coach Payne. If you could tell, he was a little bit riled up over these senseless penalties that, as he said, it was one player. We won't identify the player because I'm not sure who he's talking about. But, when you're heading the ball game like this, you ought to be able to put this team away, and we keep doing things that keep them in the ball game, and you can't do that.
Yeah, it's it has been a very high penalty game going on. So, this is my first venture out. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to a commercial here, and we'll be right back with you guys.
Is your business going to die alone? Never meet the customers of dreams? Just sit on the couch crying into a carton of ice cream while other businesses are out there thriving? New Expression can help. Without the right marketing, you're a wallflower. Without a great website, you're not going to turn heads. And without social media, you don't even have a friend to tell people what a great personality you have. New Expression can give your business a total brand makeover and get you out there, attracting customers. It used to be about who had the biggest ad in the phone book. Today, customers hit the web to locate and research before they call. If Google isn't steering customers to your site or they're not impressed by what they see, you're missing out. New Expression does web design and can provide a free analysis to see how your site stacks up against the competition. Don't have time to constantly update social media? Want cool custom apps and graphics? New Expression can help there too. From print design to mobile marketing to online presence to brand identity, New Expression can help you express yourself. Find out more at nuexpression.com.
Hey, this is Leonard Burton, varsity basketball player from Winston-Salem Christian School. You're listening to TriadSportsCoverage.com.
And while we're under a lightning delay here, we're going to replay for you guys the interview from earlier this week with Reggie Caldwell.
Okay, Reggie Caldwell, what position do you play for the Bobcats?
Defensive end.
How many years have you played varsity, Reggie?
3 years.
3 years. Now, you're getting ready for the season opener with Parkland coming in here to Glen for a Friday night game. What's your expectations? What's your thought about what's going to happen here on Friday night?
Well, Coach's been saying that he always had a plan for us, and I think the theme for this year is don't be afraid to be great, and that's my motto right now, and that's what's going through my head, and I plan to give him my all every play, and don't let up none play at all, and just work hard.
Now, this year, the defense has lost a lot of good players through graduation last year. We're talking to Coach Payne. Offense is going to be pretty powerful, we hope. Do you think the defense is going to be able to step in there and kind of carry their share of the load in these ball games?
I think we are. Our defense is pretty good. I think we got a pretty good defense this year. We're all working hard. We've been working hard since the off season. I always talk to the fellas, make sure we was all in the weight room, and I just feel like we work too hard not to be great. And,
Now, after all the summer workouts and then the preseason scrimmages, and now you're going to finally get to play some real football on Friday night.
Yes, sir.
Are you really chomping at the bit to go out there and
I'm
really
ready.
lay into somebody?
I'm ready. I've been thinking about it all day. I think about it every day. That's all that goes through my mind. I'm just ready to get after it.
So Parkland will be coming in for the first game, and then at halftime we're going to dedicate the stadium to Coach Marty Stanley, which is going to be a big deal.
Yes, sir.
But do you feel like that this is a year that Glenn can maybe get off on the right foot and turn some things around, and like you said, go out there and show you can be great?
Yeah, and that's our problem. We always lately we always had doubt, and I think right now we know that we can be great, and we're gonna fight. We're gonna fight for it. That's all it's about.
Well, we look forward to watching you on Friday night. I want to wish you good luck not only this week but the whole season, and let's see if you can go out there and pick up some wins for the Bobcats. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you.
That was Reggie Caldwell, the senior defensive end for the Glen Bobcats.
Once again, that was an interview that Mike did earlier this week with Reggie. So, Kyle.
Reggie had quite a ball game, too, tonight. I mean, I heard his name called out quite a few times by you guys on some tackles, so it was good to see everybody. Obviously, it's good to get a win here, but as you could tell, Coach Payne, he's a perfectionist, and when somebody's not doing their job, he's going to make sure they know about it. So, you got to at least be happy with the win and see how they prepare for their next ball game next Friday night, because it's going to be a whole different category of competition, whole different class of competition next week, and the Bobcats are going to have to smooth over some of their issues here they've had tonight, or they're going to have a long night next Friday night.
Well, if they play next Friday night like they did the first half of this game, it would be a very, very good game coming on.
I'm going to head up to the booth here, and we'll go ahead and get signed off. And again, the game was called with 7 minutes to go in the ball game, and they decided to go ahead, and the two coaches agreed that the game was going to be over. So, with the lightning around, everybody's going to be safety conscious, and it's not a smart thing to be out here when these storms come through. So it was a good call by the coaches. I'm not. I really don't know if Parkland had anything left in them to come back. I mean, the Bobcats more or less wore them out here tonight, but we'll regroup and come back and see if we can go 2-0. It's going to be a tough challenge next Friday night with the West Forsyth coming in here to Bobcats. Actually, it's Marty Stanley Stadium now.
That's right, Marty Stanley Stadium.
And
Jackson Marty Stanley.
Jackson Marty Stanley. But we will be on the air again at 6:45.
In the morning?
Yes. No, in the evening to bring you all the action. And it is cold in here.
Yeah, it's a little chilly.
Yes.
So, is this your first football game?
No, sir.
You've been to another one?
Yes, sir. One other one.
Okay.
He's back in prison.
It's getting deep up here. It's getting deep. It's getting late and deep.
Well, what we try to do on our broadcast is have fun. So,
yes,
did
sir.
you have fun?
Oh,
I
yeah,
had
most
fun.
definitely.
Had lots of
most
fun.
definitely.
And it's really fun when the home team wins.
Exactly.
Yep.
Well, I want to say I appreciate both you guys giving up your national media jobs to come and help us local.
Well, and we'll do that from time to time as needed.
Well,
Check the schedule.
Yeah.
Check the schedule and calendar.
We'll have our people call you.
Well, I know a guy. If you can't find him, I know a guy. But what was your overall impression of the first game? I mean, there were some things that were good, but I think also like Coach Payne has said, there's some things that he's not real happy about.
Yeah, you can't have penalties like that. You can't have stupid penalties. You can't shoot yourself in the foot. One bright thing I thought was really good the whole night is Jordan Jarrell played a smart ball game. He did not play out of his realm. That one play down here deep on the end zone, he couldn't make the handoff. Instead of trying to extend his hand and hand it off, he just turned, saw the pressure, and dropped. That's smart. That's smart football right there. But stupid penalties, you can't have that. You can't, especially not have that against a team like West Forsyth next Friday night. If we do that, shoot ourselves in the foot, we're going to be in for a long night. Defensively, looked very strong, really strong. We weren't challenged much in terms of the passing, so I don't know how our corners are going to hold up in defensive backfield. I know Coach House does a great job, the new coach over here at Glenn High School, but it'll be interesting. I know defensive front looked good. It's going to be even better next week when CJ gets in the lineup, but defensive backfield, I'm interested to see how they're going to hold up down the road in the season and everything.
Well, we're going to wrap this broadcast up. First one for Kirby Purvis, who did a tremendous job.
Well, thank you, sir.
And the first, time calling the game was Kyle Spencer. I think if your teaching thing don't work out, I can get you a microphone. You can be an announcer.
I can try.
But again, thanks, guys, for the help and for putting forth a great broadcast. And as Bobcat fans, we're all happy now because the Bobcats won. So
Bobcat won. Orange Nation.
And we'll be back next Friday night at 6:45, but also tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. Tracking Live brought to you by Flash Products at NC QMA Track in Salisbury.
Yes, and they're having the Honda Cup sponsored by Garwood Custom Cycles there.
And they're also going to have spaghetti dinner afterwards. And it's just going to be another long day for us, Kirby.
Another long day.
Well, we're going to sign off. I want to say that we appreciate everyone out there listening in. And, again, your Glen Bobcats are winners at their home opener. The game was called with a little over 7 minutes to go in the game because of some additional lightning spotted in the area. So the coaches agreed that 24-7 and the ball game's over. So thanks for joining us, and tune in tomorrow for Tracking Live and on Monday night for Sports Talk at Bibbs.
Bibbs downtown.
So where the meatloaf is good.
For the meatloaf is good, and the ribs are even better.
Ribs are better.
Okay. Thanks, everyone, for joining, and we will talk to you next time we're on the air.
Thank you.